Jordan. All right, it's setting you up now. We'll do a quick intro, then we'll bring him in.
All right.
Jordan. Cool. I think we're live now.
So we're back.
We are back. We got one person watching, and that is us. All right, cool. Well, let's just get it going then. Since it's 5:32, we'll have slowly people starting to join us. Connection's good. You can hear me, Anth?
Yeah, yeah,
All right,
everything's
cool.
good and looks good. I got it on down low as well. So
Cool. Well, welcome back to the RDN Roller Show. We're gonna get going here now. We got a lineup of everybody on the pretty much everyone from a team. So, Ant's getting ready to go out there to good old St. Peter's, Missouri. There, hit up the Ameristar possibly. We have a little change in the schedule we're gonna do though with the podcast lineup. It's gonna go Kalela and then John. So some of the people that are watching that are on this. Yeah, it might be backed up just 10 minutes. That's it. So, but first, anything before we get going? Bring in the guests and start rolling away here.
no, I mean, I think we got Mikey Clella already in the waiting room, so that's good. I'm just packing up all my stuff over here. I still haven't even
Yeah,
packed
how
my.
are you feeling? How are you feeling?
I mean, I'm not injured, so that's good for
Yeah,
my
dude, I
old
feel
boat.
like you're injured every single week I talk
I
to.
know, I know. So first time I'm not injured. So it's packed up. I still got to pack my clothes, get to the airport. I got an early flight, so I like
Cool.
getting out there early, get to the rink, and see what we can do.
There we go. Yeah, I mean it starts Friday. It's going to be live streamed on rollerhockey.tv as well too, so you can check that out. I'm pretty sure you can airdrop that onto your TV as well and watch it from
Yep.
there. But they've basically done tours in Palma Pro the last 2, 3 years, I would say too. So they do a pretty good job as well too.
Yep.
I would imagine maybe Phil Maroon's on the mic. That would be pretty awesome getting Phil on the mic
He
there. He did pretty
at
good at
state,
Palma Pro.
yeah, at State Wars, he was saying some wild stuff. I went
What I
back to
loved though.
the games. Yeah, like he said some shit, and I was like, whoa, like this guy's outlandish, but
He's
he's
bringing the heat. He's
He's
bringing the
kind of
heat.
like the Biz of roller hockey, is he not? Like kind of like a Biz Nasty type of person. I just says
He
whatever's
could
on
be
his
as the
mind.
potential, right?
I know, like he just says whatever's on his mind, and it's funny. And he is a St. Louis guy, so I know he's
Maybe
been.
we bring him on as the third member of the pod.
That's what, dude. That's what I've been saying,
All
man. We
right.
need
Well, let's bring in Kalela. He's in the waiting room, and let's just get this buzzing right now. Let's bring in
uh,
your boy Kalela.
my Jersey mate.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, right?
iPhone. Nah, he's a Jersey guy. iPhone 208.
Jesus.
This guy.
There he is.
What?
There he is, Mikey
What?
Lella. There.
iPhone 208, yeah.
Yeah,
You
there he
can't
is.
name your phone?
Come on, you think I know how to do any of that?
I mean, you're in college, right? You've been how many years have you been in
Yeah, that's
college?
that's what they teach you in college.
Yeah, it definitely isn't. But we got Mikey Colella on the RDN roller show. It's their first time on, right?
Oh
Never
yeah.
been with us before. We've
No.
we've caught you in the mix at some tournaments with some pictures and stuff, Rob's, calling your name, you're looking for him, you can't find him and stuff. So we've been there with you. But so we got Mikey Colella who's playing for the Roadrunners with probably, as far as rosters go, probably one of the heaviest hitting rosters on there. So what have you been doing getting ready for the summer run?
Just skating on my own kind of. I go to Choice where I started playing when I grew up. I just been going there pretty much a few days a week by myself. Like after when I train at Hollydale in the summers, it's right across the street. So kind of rink I just leaves it open for me and I could just go in there and kind of just skate around by myself for however long I want and then just lock up when I leave. So it's nice. It's good.
Just you got the keys of the place?
Got the
Not the
keys.
keys, but the guys are always over there, so they just let me in. So it's
That's
it's right
awesome,
across the
man.
street, so it's easy.
There you go.
Rob,
There
it's
you go.
it's the place. Remember, I did some ice hockey stuff at. They have the two ice hockey rinks, and they
Yeah.
have one and ice separate. So it's actually would be a sick national setup, Mike. Well, don't you think like that would be a sick place to host a national because the four
Yeah, I
there?
mean, yeah, I mean they have three rinks because the rink across the street is a roller rink already. It's not as big as you would hope to think it is. Like the ceiling's pretty low, but in the other, like if you turn the ice rink in that one into a roller rink, that would be perfect. Then the other one would be the other two would be really packed. Like Ant, we play in CFC all year, and
Awesome,
at that point, I think the rinks would be a good destination for it. And you could use Voorhees too if they get into it. But
100%.
yeah,
There we go. There we go. So, like Ant said, you guys got a big body roster. You added Jack Combs and Travis Turnbull. What's your thoughts, getting to play with those guys on the Roadrunners?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched Combs play pretty much my whole life, like growing up. Like he was always on the Snipers when Timmy was coaching, and they had that squad with all the older guys and Hawkins and Fox, and the Snipers have always been elite, and Combs has always been a guy that has been huge for them. And I'm happy that we get a chance that he comes play for us for a tournament. And just happy to be like in the locker room with him and kind of learn from him because he's one of the older guys too, right? So he's been around. He's played a lot of pro events, and he's won a lot too. So hopefully that brings some experience in. And Travis, have I've seen him play a few times, but like with me being without of it a little bit for the past few years, haven't really been too involved in it. But then last year at Palma and playing against his team pretty much all the time, he's one of the top guys in the tournament every year. So it's two great additions for us to add to our young good core. So.
Absolutely. And I mean, you guys have so much experience on that team with, obviously Pat's been on your guys' team the last 2 years,
Yeah.
but even Combs and Turnbull in, the ice sense. You guys kind
Yeah.
of have a very heavy ice team in a way too now, that has a lot of pro championship experience and your experience, playing D1 as well too. So it's pretty, it's a different mix of Roadrunners, I guess you could see.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, like, you have me, Joey, Max, Della, Jordan, Frankie. Like, we're all pretty much the core. Like, Keith's been a Roadrunner his whole life, so like, kind of have like that good core. And then when you could add players like those guys like into the mix, like and we're getting older now a little bit, so it's gonna be a good core to have for the next few years.
Yeah, dangerous waves of Lions coming at you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know when we were talking to Nurk the other day, you said your chat's been like kind of firing on all cylinders. So who's getting the chat going in there? I heard you said Pat was pretty active in it, right?
Pat's been active. Pat's been getting the boys going a little bit. Combsy said a pretty firing video in the other day. So that was pretty. I was getting the boys juiced. Hal's thrown one in. But Joe's kind of been the guy that's like kind of running getting the boys going. But guys are throwing everything in the chat. I know the boys are really pumped to kind of get into the summer here, and the first tournament of the year is always you're itching in the summer to start playing roller again. And I know growing up as a kid, like I love roller hockey and I always want to play it. And like I itch now. Like I just want to wait for the next tournament and keep playing and stuff. But yeah, the guys have been firing in the group chat a little bit lately, so it's getting there.
Yeah, I was gonna say having Combs. Combs doesn't take me as a very chatty guy. You know what I mean? He's very quiet, calm, collective. But I bet he's a beauty on your team.
Yeah. He was quiet for a bit, and I didn't have like a lot of the new guys' number saves when Vio made the group chat and everything.
Of
But
course you didn't. Yeah.
yeah. Well, no, like the new guys, like I don't know. Like I've never really, I've talked to Combs maybe a handful of times, and then Travis we've never really talked about. But yeah, I mean, it's nice to get the guys fired up, getting ready to play, and like they're happy that they're with us. So it's nice to join a little bit and have those guys. So it's nice. It's
Well,
fun.
Vio ruins every group chat, but not by not having an iPhone. So it's like it's tough to like really even gather what's going on in the group chat because one person screws up the whole flow of it. So
Yeah, but
Is
now it's a
Vito
little
rocking a
different though.
droid?
Now
oh yeah,
V's never had an iPhone his entire career that I've known him.
yeah,
Never.
never. So that's awesome. So as far as like the one thing Rob and I were talking about before is like every time we play in St. Louis, it's been Stomat. So like now it's going to be Sport Court. Do you think that's
Yeah.
going to be any kind of adjustment?
Um, I mean, yes and no for everybody. I think for me, my first still mat was last year at Palma, so I've and then at NERC now you have still mat, so that
Yeah,
was kind of the second time I've really played on it to like in a not a tournament setting. I mean, I don't really, the pucks are obviously a little bit different. Now I don't know, like I think what this tournament's not it's not still mat, right?
and
A
Rocket.
sport, yeah. So
Yeah.
rocket puck. I mean, I've been used to that, and going to Cali and when Narch was in Florida and stuff, they would never have still mat, but it was nice to kind of feel a little bit of a difference, and you could honestly tell a difference. Like you really can. I don't know if there's going to be an adjustment ish. I think maybe guys have been using the other pucks and instead of rocket pucks, which still mat pucks, which are fine. But yeah, obviously the pucks. Like I mean, the first tournament in tours last year in Florida, the first time I touched the puck and shot in the game, I scored it 50 feet over the net. So like I don't know, like I've been using the rocket puck a little bit and trying to get anything close to a still mat, but I don't know if it's going to be, for certain guys. I think it'll probably just be fine because everyone's so used to it by now that they can just go back and forth. Because everybody has still mat floors now, so you're kind of either going back and forth to it. So, but
Yeah, I mean, you guys have had great success on the, the just the regular sport court, and especially at Tours too. Tours seems like kind of like the, the Roadrunners tournament the last couple of years as well too. So it's going to be adding combs, adding Turnbull, and then one guy I want you, before we wrap it up, I want you to talk about is Keith Johnson. I mean, that guy's just an absolute stud. So what's it like to have someone like him behind you?
um, I mean, it kind of means everything because it kind of completes our team, right? Like, I mean, you got to build from the net out, and I mean, when you build from Keith, and then you have guys like the core group of Joey, Max, Jordan. You got Melton now. You got guys that are going back there that are going to be, really good to build it from the net up, and that's what you really need to be. Like, you look at all the teams that win. You look at Carshield, you look at Palma. They have the top goalies in the tournaments every single year. So you need to build from, the net up, and then obviously you have to produce, but you can't, like, obviously you need to outscore them, but like still you need to have a really good goalie behind you. Like, you can't just have, a guy that you're picking up that barely plays roller and expecting to go into a tournament like this and win. But Keith's been he's been the anchor a little bit, like with some of like the younger guys, and now like with Pat and some of the older guys. Like, Keith's kind of been the anchor of like, and Keith's kind of in game mode. He's kind of like, he's like hard. Like, he's like
Killer,
mentally
man.
focused. Like, he's a
Yeah.
killer. Like, in the
Yeah.
locker room, he's getting ready for a game. Like, he'll say something before the game, and you listen. Like, like he means business. Like, he owns up to his mistakes, and there's not many of them. But like he's a guy that we love having, and he's been a road runner all of his life too. So it's nice to have a guy like that back there where you can rely on him.
Yeah, Keith's a beauty. He's one of those goalies that you just see it flip. He has a
Yeah,
smile on his face. He's friendly. Good luck. Having fun, and then it switches. It's game mode, and it's
yeah,
like this guy's a fucking monster. So
yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah, definitely a gamer back there for us for sure.
Well, hey, Mike, we appreciate you hopping on. You're the first one on, and I gotta give you a shout out for that sick Darian Hatcher USA jersey you
that's
got.
nasty.
That is nasty. That was one of the
Yeah, he was my coach growing up, so I have his Team
yeah, because
USA
he
jersey when he played.
was with the Flyers,
Yeah,
right? So,
and then I know you're not gonna like that one either,
You, I
but
love it. I
yeah,
like
I
it.
mean,
I got jerseys all over the room with hanging above my like anchor. My fan right now are kind of like a Johnny jersey, and then Primo, D'Angelo, Colton, Robinson. So those are the guys that I've kind
Not a
of
big deal at all.
been
yeah.
around that
Well,
I've trained with
Mikey's
every
parents
summer.
used to
So
run the snack bar at the Pennsauken rink, right? It was
yeah, yeah,
Pennsauken. So Mike
yeah,
was literally a literal rink rat. So
like legit rink rat.
yeah,
So
so
Unreal.
I grew up with all these guys. I still train with a lot of them, and it's nice to just leave it in my room and kind of just have all the guys just up in my room. So it's nice. It's good. But yeah, yeah, it's
well,
it's
well,
a good.
safe
Yeah.
travels tomorrow. You're on the later flight, I think, so I'll see you when you're out there. But
Yeah, I think I land at like 5 o'clock. I think tomorrow.
yeah, so you're with Chinny and Foxy, so
Yep,
you'll have a good time on that flight, I'm
be
sure.
in
So
good company on that one.
yeah, there you go. All right, man. Well, thanks for hopping on, and good luck.
Thanks,
Except the
boys.
next
Thanks
time.
for having me on.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Kalila. Have a good one, man. Good luck out
Yep.
there.
See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Alrighty, that was Kalila, man. He coming off hot, man. Jumps on the rink
Dude,
and just starts willing.
dude, he's buzzing. I played with him the other day. He's with Colin Burgess. Remember Burgess, right?
Yeah.
Ben, he put a men's league team in, and Kalil was on that team over at NERC. So
Okay. Are you? Can you hear me? Okay.
yeah, you're good.
Cool, cool, cool. We got the chat firing up. All right. Well, it's like I said, we got a little change of plans. We're gonna bring John in now. Palma Golden Knights. Palma's good. They're always deep. They're always deep too. So I'm gonna pull up the roster real quick, and then let's bring on John, and then we will bring on Brett after.
Yeah, sorry, action. We will change of plans here.
He
All
might
right.
be playing sticks. He might be playing sticks with the kid. Oh, there he is.
There he is. There he is. Young
Oh, there
man.
we go. He's
The
about to be
next one.
terrorizing the division soon.
He's a
He's got
lefty.
his
He's a
hand.
lefty.
There you
Oh,
go.
there we go. That's what you want.
Dude, look at him,
That's
dude.
awesome. He's ready to go. He's already making his debut.
Oh yeah.
He's ready to go.
How you doing, John?
Good.
John?
Doing all right, man. How are you?
Doing good, man. So, welcome on to the RDN Roller Show. Thank you for taking your time out of your day to hop on the pod.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pumped to be on here.
Look
Bring
at
Just
him
it.
in,
excited.
dude.
So,
Just
there we,
I
excited to
bring
be on the pod and
yeah.
get ready for roller season.
there we
Yeah.
go. There we go, man. How's I know you made a big move over to Vegas. So, how's life treating you over in Vegas right now?
Vegas is really good. It's obviously a different market than California. A little in its infancy still, not as many players, so still some competing, still some competing for kids here and there, with other coaches and whatnot. But I just signed a deal with Elevate, so that's where I pretty much work full time is at Elevate, and then I'm coaching one team for PBAA next year for the Las Vegas Storm.
There we go, man. There we go. Looks like you guys got a pretty sick facility there as well, too.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's like a little playground, right? It just brings me back to like West Covina days where I'm just on a rink all day. I do.
Now you're on the ice all the time, I assume. So do you think it's going to take a little bit of adjustment just to get back on the wheels, or do you think just because where you're
No,
from,
I mean,
up and played?
I played Wish Cup, so I mean, we it was a lot of roller that weekend. So I think I got my wheels under me, and kind of did my thing there. Kind of got the roller feel back, and I definitely felt a little rusty though for the first game or two there though, for sure.
How was how was the Wish Cup? We talked to Crafty about that, but from your experience, how was the All-Star game and how was everything else?
I love Wish Cup. Colby does a good job, and from last year to this year, I think it's just getting better and better. Obviously, it's for a great cause, and I think it's starting to draw a little bit more better competition too. So I think people are starting to realize like, oh, Nashville's a fun place. It's kind of similar to Vegas, or you have your strip basically, right? So I think people are starting to realize that, and then the hockey's getting better too. It's like last year wasn't as competitive as this year, and then this year was really competitive compared to last year, like I said. And yeah, no, I enjoy the trip. We always make a big family trip out of it too. So
Yeah,
enjoy the South for a bit.
there you go. Yeah, it seems like everybody has like six legitimate players on every team, where like it's like a full team of men's plaque guys that kind of step up and play some pro, which are always a pain in the ass to play against too. So it definitely has stepped up. With this tournament though, you guys have a little bit of a different look with the roster.
Yeah.
So how are you guys kind of approaching it? Are you still gonna kind of stick to the same game plan? Do you need to make any adjustments with it, adding in some new pieces?
I don't think so. I mean, Archie adds the speed and the grit back there, that we'll be missing. Like Mayhew, obviously we're missing with his speed, so that like Archie can fill that role with the speed side of it and sticking with fast forwards, and then as far as the offense, missing Trav, I think. I mean, it is what it is. Somebody's got to step up and kind of fill that role, right? And somebody's got to score those big goals that he always scores. But I don't think anything changes. I think we just stick to the defensive game and play hard and just be hard to play against in D zone, right? And all over the floor, I guess, right? But
Yeah, you're
just
telling
hunt,
me.
just hunt pucks, just hunt
Yeah.
pucks.
Me and Robert talking about it last night. You guys are like the one team that straight up forechecks, like in roller hockey. A lot of teams sit back and wait for the play to come to you. You guys, like, if you watch your first shift of every game, it's like, boom, two forecheckers in. If you're a D guy, you better be ready in those games. So,
Yeah, no, and that's kind of the approach that we always take. We try to stick hard on pucks, right away and kind of set the tone. Obviously, it's getting harder and harder as we get older, but I think it's been going well so far. So, 1 second here. Let me
No,
quiet this guy down real quick.
you're all good. You're all good. And what I was gonna say too is, I think John played with Archie, I believe on Next Gen one year
Yeah.
as well too. So that's one thing that I was gonna see. You excited to play with him again and see what kind of chemistry you guys bring again?
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking about this the other day, actually. 1 second, bud. 1 second. What do you need?
he wants
What
to
do you
get
need?
on
He
the
can come on the
pod.
pod. Bring him on the pod.
Here, you want to show
Oh.
them your hockey stick? You want to show them your hockey
Get
stick?
him on the pod.
Let's see.
I'm
Show them
answer
your
the
hockey
next
stick.
question.
Show them. Show them.
There we go. There we go. There's the
He just
smile.
he
He's
just
ready to
wants to
will.
save himself. He just wants to save
Yeah.
So
himself. That's how
There we
kids
go.
are.
That's awesome.
So
he
handsome.
just fell and chipped his tooth, and
Oh,
now he's looking like a real hockey player.
There
yeah,
you
he
Uh,
is. That's
go.
unreal.
but yeah, no, I'm excited to play with him. I think it's gonna be kind of similar. Like we have similar style. Like if I'm not covering him on the rink, he's usually covering me, and so it'll be nice to actually play with him and not have to battle against him. So that's something that I'm excited for too.
I noticed you also got another addition to the team too that brings a lot of grit to the a grit is Tommy Bruce.
Yeah.
So how excited are you to also have that? You guys are I would say a physical team, but you're not gonna you're not sending guys out at people. You know what I mean? Or you guys aren't.
No.
And Tommy Bruce is kind of like the he brings that JP Bilstein type of play, which
Yeah,
sometimes you
and
need.
he's like a savvy guy too, right? He's been
Yeah.
around for a while. He's done it a long time. He's been in big situations, played in big games. And that's something that I think will help us. It'll help the poise of our defensive core. I think obviously he's got to fill the role that he's in. I'm not on the D side of it, so I'm not really thinking about that. But I'm excited. Like I said, he's another guy that I constantly battle with when I'm playing against him. So I can only imagine how it is going to be when playing with him now. There, 1 second.
No,
Here,
you're
let's
good,
go.
man.
Let's go. Get your puck. Get your puck.
I love the live stuff, man. It's the best.
Get your puck, dude. Here.
It's like me. I'm always trying to get Dom to grab his stick. I'm like, yeah, just take the stick, dude. Just take the stick.
What, dude?
All right. Well, hey, we'll
Yeah,
let you go. Okay, we'll let you go. I'll wrap up one question. Okay, one
Yeah, yeah,
question. One team you guys got in your schedule this week is the Rage Cats. And
yeah.
they're a young team. They're a fast team too. Kind of reminds me of a younger Palma team, honestly, with just like the type of offense they bring. What are you looking forward to about playing that team?
Honestly, the last time we played them, it was a really good game. I think we went up by like 3 or 4 goals, and then they ended up coming back on us and scoring a few to tie it up. So 1 second, let me run from this guy really quick.
On the fly.
Beat it, dude.
Yeah,
He's just
he's
chasing
forward
it.
checking.
He's literally forechecking me in the corners. No,
That's
I
what I felt
I
like
think it'll
last
be
year
a
in that
really fun
playoff
game.
game.
Here, 1 second, let me pause this.
You're all good. Anth, one other thing that they do have too is Kevin Mooney coming back from Spain, winning 3 different titles as well too. The European Cup, the league championship, and then the Copa de. Is it the Copa de Spain? No, that's the Copa de France, but the
Yeah,
Spain Cup.
yeah, it's me.
Okay, I'm back. Just locked him up for a sec here.
No, you're good. Yeah,
Um,
no, the Rage Cats and your guys' battle. That game on the schedule is one that I thought would be one of the best games of the round robin.
No, 100%. We're already looking at that one. We know they're good. We know they're young and fast, and they don't stop coming at you, right? Like, and that's a team that obviously has a couple sleepers on it that they can change games. Like the one kid, he led State Wars in
Jacko
Kosovo.
Hannison.
Al Hannison, yeah. Like, I mean, he came kind of out of nowhere and was just lethal, right? And then they got like Kai on the back end. They got Don Carter back there. Like, they got Soper. He's kind of a sleeper, but he's solid. Like they got a bunch of good young players that know how to play the roller game. And I mean, obviously, anybody can beat anybody at these tournaments. So we don't take anybody lightly. We can't take anything for granted, too. I mean, obviously, the game's getting younger and we're getting older, so we got to play a little smarter and a little bit harder, a little bit harder on pucks. So that's kind of the mindset behind it. But I don't think anything changes as far as our game plan or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are probably one of those teams. I mean, no matter what, since you guys all played together for so long, I think it's nice that you can plug and play players in that are new because the core of you guys have been together so long. So I think you guys will be doing just fine in this one. So we know you got the kiddo over there, so we'll let you get back to it. But we appreciate you hopping on here on such short notice too. And I guess I'll see you out there in a couple of days.
No, absolutely. Like I said, I appreciate you guys having me on. Thanks for reaching out. I'm pumped to see you guys and kind of get the roller season started. So,
There we go.
There we go, man. Well, good luck, man, and congratulations on your move and everything going with Elevate too.
all right, thanks, boys. I appreciate it.
All
We'll see you
Talk to
right.
you
later,
later.
brother. Good
All
luck.
right, thank you. Later.
All right, I love it. You got to do what you got to do. That's a true roller dad right
Dad
there.
life, dude. That's a roller dad.
Dad,
Like,
that is a dad life, dude.
kid was literally chasing him with this stick. Like,
Yeah,
doing interviews, like whacking
you
at
can
him.
already tell he's gonna be a
You see the
menace
stick,
on back checking.
the stick came in and out of the blur by his head. I was like, oh shit, dude.
That's so funny. All right, so we got Brett Jackson on the next one. One thing I was just gonna say though, I noticed obviously Travis Noah isn't gonna be there for Palma, but they really have such a deep team.
And they have Kyle too now.
Like
They
where
picked up
where do you
Kyle.
start? You got John Jr., Kevin
Eton.
Mooney,
Yeah,
Eton, Alex Kyle. Those
yeah,
are and Tyler Gonzalez. Those are your forwards.
yeah. That's like last year they had to run 7 forwards because they pick up Kyle late. So him and Gonzo were kind of like splitting the shifts a little bit. So
Yeah,
the fact that like he's going to be part of that constantly out there, like I think it's going to help him get more of in the flow. So be interesting
absolutely.
to see how he does with them.
All right. Well, let's bring on Brett Jackson. I think we're rolling along on our schedule though. I think
Yeah,
so,
we're
right?
not too far off. We're not too
Yeah,
far
no,
off.
no. Did you also see Anton Lundell playing some roller already?
Yeah,
Do you
Anton
think he just
Lundell on the
showed up
points.
or what?
It looked like it was kind of maybe like one of those
Staged.
meet and greet things,
Yeah.
probably.
Yo, I see. I see. Come and play with the
Yeah,
Stanley
my
Cup.
buddy works for the Panthers and he does like some of their PR and stuff, and I think that's what he said it was.
Okay,
So
so we got Jackson then Schwartz. Okay, so let's go. We'll be buzzing along. We got Action Jackson coming in here. Brett Jackson of Mach 1 Chemistry. So I'm gonna pull their roster up and
first question is gonna be a tough one for him.
all right, Anthony, you can there we
That's
go.
good. All right, what's up, buddy?
How you doing?
Damn, what a wall behind you. We got
Yeah,
some
what you got going on there?
So every time my girlfriend goes to some like country or other play, she collects magnets. So
Okay. That's your magnet wall.
yeah, so she put up
All
these
right.
black things with
You
the
That's
you
pretty
magnets.
and
sick.
you and
Yeah,
Cole are competing for best background so far. He had a Darian Hatcher Team USA jersey, so I
yeah,
don't.
I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was listening, like kind of following along, see where I come in on here.
yeah.
But
We
yeah,
we had John had to hop on as you saw. He had his kid there,
yeah,
just slashing him around, so we had to
no,
take it real quick. But
you're good.
You
so
got any do you got a hockey magnet on the back there?
I do not, because I don't know how much of a fan she is of hockey right now. I'm
No, you're
always
all
playing.
good.
I'm
No,
always
you're all
playing, so yeah,
you have a game tonight, right? Outdoor.
outdoor,
Is that the
9:30.
one in New York City?
Yeah, 96 and first, like right off the FDR.
So
Yeah.
do you like I've always wondered about that rink because that's it's a pretty popular rink. A lot of people see it on social media and stuff. Is that how do you exactly get to the rink? Do you drive there? Are you able to, or do you have to take like
Uh,
subway? Like I'm just a
I
rookie.
yeah, I drive there. There are people in the city that can take a subway right up. A lot of people
Okay.
Uber. Some people live close enough where they just throw on their blades, and I just see them rollerblading like through the streets, destroying their like indoor wheels. But like they
They're
don't.
Lebeda whips.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know the difference. So yeah,
Well,
that's one way.
they see Swaggy P skating like on the boardwalk in whips, and they think it's okay, so they just said, "Ah, fuck it, I'm gonna do it too."
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I was gonna say, quick question. So that league, is it like mostly just like rec fun league, right? And is it on tile or is that the one that's on like asphalt?
This one's on tile. So
Okay.
they just redid it. The Rangers like
Okay.
discovered this rink in the last like I don't know 2 years, and they decided to like put money in it. So they took out the old tiles that was just like really bad, and they actually fixed the rink and made it like smoother underneath, fixed the concrete, and I think they put down like these ice court tiles
Yeah.
for outdoor.
Yeah.
It's definitely better like for stick handling. It's flatter surface. The skating is, I think it doesn't really benefit anyone with the skating, and it's also way too like small, like narrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's
Whatever.
it's like fun. Yeah,
Yeah. You could take
It
it
does
with.
the job. It's roller.
Yeah.
exactly.
So yeah. So you guys Mach 1 Chemistry. We got Brett Jackson on. You guys got quite a young roster, I'll say, but they're actually very talented players like Adrian was. I'm gonna mess his name up. Wisniewski. I know Jonathan Leishman and Jay Stanbro. They all played for the Team USA Juniors team last year, I believe. So with your roster going into this tournament, how are you guys feeling?
Um, I don't know some of the new kids. I just heard from Vio that since he coached them on that Junior USA team, that they're pretty strong. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that we can add some firepower. That's kind of what we've been lacking over the past 2 seasons since making chemistry or scoring. And then like one big thing with the younger kids is if they can buy into like defense, like because we're gonna give up chances, that we're gonna trade chances. It's just how many can we score with them. But I truly have only probably seen them play when they were playing like men's platinum over in like the summer and
Yeah.
winter. Yeah, I was like watching them play. I don't know which kids they exactly were, but they actually did look pretty good.
Yeah, and the one thing with like the younger group of kids too is, they're gonna give it your all too. They're not
Yeah,
gonna come in there and kind of just like, lazy around, be like whatever. Like they want to prove something, and I think that's huge for, like you said, chemistry's been a while, been together for the last what 2-3 years, and having a little bit of more veteranship in you, and then also having some younger talent. I think you might find something a pretty good mix there.
yeah, that's kind of what we're looking for. Just skate hard out there and give everything. Like I said, I think defense is probably one of our bigger issues, and just never giving up because goal differential always matters in these tournaments. So even if we're losing, 3, 4, 5, nothing, it's like don't give up the sixth goal. But
Yeah. Because I think last year at Tours, you guys were pretty much like in it to your last game, right? Last round robin game, I think was almost like a win and in situation,
uh,
right?
we made the playoffs at
Yeah,
Tours
I know,
last
but
year.
like you had to win that game and then you got in.
Yeah, got into
So
the
yeah, so like
yeah,
you guys did make the playoffs last year and like
yeah,
you were in pretty much every game. So
yeah.
adding some of these guys, like just from watching them with the juniors, like they do have the firepower. I think to your point, it's just getting them to buy in that defensive side of things. But you're the veteran on this team. So just talk about like how do you get these guys to buy in? Like Vio isn't a coach that screams and yells like a Miro does, right? He's kind of more of a quiet, laid back guy,
Yeah.
but you have to be the voice of reason. So what are you telling these guys to get them to buy in?
I always just, try to have like a conversation in the locker room a little bit. This is what it takes to win. This is, like the kind of the cliches, but I always say defense first because when I first started roller, I was more all offense. Now trying to get them to buy in, stay with their man because like in pro, a lot of the goals are from staying with your man to man, and then you go an odd man rush because there's a turnover from the other team trying to make a play. And like we just have to learn to be patient because there's going to be times where we're not going to touch the puck, like especially Palma, Black Ice, those teams. Car Shield will they'll hold the puck, go up the rink, get the puck, shoot, miss, get it back, and then we just have to learn that once we get the puck, if we're tired, we have to change instead of like trying to go up the rink, try and score a couple goals. If I just try and talk to them and be positive the whole time. Vio does like step in and yell, definitely with the younger kids because he needs to. Him and Ralph's really good on the back end too.
Oh, bro.
Yeah,
He's
so
the
Ralph will
man.
start.
Ralph is the man. He's
Yeah,
one of those people.
Ralph will start yelling too, a lot more. So he's more screaming like during the play, where Vio might talk like in between plays and telling us like what to do. So it's like a good mix there. Yeah.
Have you taken a look at the schedule yet?
Yeah.
All right. So what game? Obviously, you guys a pretty tough schedule, but
Yeah.
what game sticks out to you the most that you're looking forward to?
Nowadays, it's kind of any. I mean, we're playing Palmer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Car Shield, Rage Cats, Hockey Plus, and Palma.
Okay. Yeah, I've always looked forward to playing Palma and Car Shield now. I mean, they're all like the best teams, and even playing them when I was on the Roadrunners, we'd always give them a tough game, and Palma was always looked up to, and it's fun playing them because they do play so hard, and they definitely come out and play the body, especially against us. I think that's like one of their tactics.
Yeah.
But since we're younger, they're bigger, they're a little bit stronger. Car Shield, it's not that fun to play. They're kind of mean and big, and they're always hitting you late, no matter what, especially. So it is fun to like play them, at least to try and keep it close. Get under their skin a little bit. It's definitely possible. Yeah.
So, well, yeah, man. I know you got to get going because you have a game, what, 9:30, right? So,
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, listen, me and Brett, we got some history too. We're 3 times 30
I
plus
was gonna say
champs.
30 and over champs, right?
Yeah.
We
Can't
dominate
stop
that
winning in
division. So
California.
from one
Yeah.
old guy to the next old guy,
Yeah.
obviously safe travels and everything. But yeah, best of luck out there, and I'll see you in St. Louis.
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right,
See you,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you for joining in, and yeah, that New York Hockey League, it looks like an awesome time, especially just to play in the city. I'm sure the summer is pretty hot and pretty brutal
Yeah.
sometimes, but it just looks like a vibe.
It's a nice place. You got some definitely characters around the rink that you have no idea. Like they just come
outdoor
in.
hockey characters
Yeah.
are like foot hockey people.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
so funny. I didn't
yeah,
even think of that.
Yeah, you just get random people because there's like a public bathroom in there, so people are like coming in to use that, and like you're like, who are these people? And then they're watching, then this person's watching, and then yeah, it's especially on 96 and First, it's like pretty
Yeah.
close to Harlem, so it's pretty much in Harlem. Harlem, I think, starts like 100, so yeah, you're like right there.
Well, listen, if you see anything crazy, make sure you send it to me or something so we can get it
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
man. Well, yeah, safe travels and good luck at your game tonight, man. And
All
good
right.
luck
Thank
in
you.
TORHS.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
Later,
see you
man.
later, man.
Later. Bye.
So, the next one we have coming on, the biggest issue right here is, hold on, I'm just gonna remove here.
We still got Brett on there.
There we go. Stop video. I just need to remove it. Hold on. Remove. There we go. Remove. All right.
Well, we're still live. Perfect.
All right. Cool. All right. We're back. All right. So the problem next is we got shorts coming up or we got Phelps. I don't know whose is who because it just says iPhone. So we're going to find out. We'll play Zoom
We
roulette.
got kind of a roulette thing going on here.
I think the lower one's shorts. We'll find out either way. Let's bring them on. I forgot chemistry did make playoffs last year, and they do have like that. They do have a young core that those kids are actually studs. That Adrian Wisniewski, he's a great player from Illinois. So if they can, they can get some chemistry. They do have a chemistry. If they can get it going, they do have a very tough schedule, but they can win Hockey Plus and maybe pull out a tie against the Rage Cats or something against Carshield. They got something there. All right.
Vio texted me, and I guess he's watching. He said something about the chat RCS chat for the win. I don't know what that means, but
I don't know. There we go. We got Schwartz. Okay,
all right, so
Schwartz.
watch Schwartzy. There we go.
What's up, boys?
Oh boy, what are you in the woods?
Yeah, where you at?
Backyard.
right,
Backyard,
there we
little
go.
place that, yeah, we're doing it outside.
I love it. I love it.
Gonna get home.
Is it hot as hell there?
How's it
too?
going, guys?
Yeah, there he goes.
Can you hear us?
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. You got me?
Yeah. It's a little choppy, but you know what? We'll make do. I think it's clearing up a little there. How you feeling? How you feeling right now, Schwartzy?
I can run inside if it gets bad.
Yeah,
All
good.
ready to
Bad.
go, man.
You might
We're
need to
getting
run
on the
inside.
road
It's
tomorrow.
A delay.
yeah, you got to run inside,
Oh.
Schwartz.
All right.
Sorry,
my
my
bad.
bad.
My dog's gonna
It's probably trying to
You're
connect to the
good.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Let me tell you
This
if
might
it
be
gets
it.
better.
Yeah, he looks like he's a Nintendo game
How's
right
that?
now.
It's getting there. I think it's getting there. Chat, how we doing?
Getting there?
There we go.
Sorry.
No, you're good, man.
Yeah, better?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I guess my Wi-Fi don't go outside. Is it bad?
No, it's good. Oh man, I love roller hockey. All right, how we doing, Schwartzy?
Oh, we're good, man. We're excited. We're ready to go. Getting on the road in the morning.
There we go.
Yeah, I just got off work. Got to pack up, but we're good.
Hey
Are
man,
you-
that's the roller life. You get off work at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, gotta pack up and head to the airport in the morning. But there's no better feeling.
Yeah, you're telling. Well, I wish we were going to the airport, actually making the drive this time. So
What?
Yeah,
How
well, it's
long of a
not too
drive
bad.
is that?
That's not
It'll
far.
be
That's
like,
only Michigan to St. Louis, right?
yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
only
yeah.
it's 8.5.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
not too bad then.
Not too bad.
I thought it
Just
was
another work shift.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there
yeah.
you go. Um,
Exactly.
all right. So you guys, I'm pulling up your roster right now. You guys, you guys have the same core roster pretty much going into all these tournaments.
Yeah.
How are the boys feeling right now? How's the group chat going?
I mean, it's heating up a little more now. It's usually the same cast of characters. It's Stavi and a couple of us chiming in.
Tavi.
Yeah, it's getting. But right now, everyone's just we're planning, getting, making sure everyone's set, making sure everyone that we think's coming is coming, and you know, right, basically just ready to get there. We don't do much talking in the group chat, but once we link up, it's like we never left.
Now, one guy you guys added back on your roster is Jared Westcott. So what kind of what
Yeah.
do you see
They
from
added two guys, and they
Oh
added
yeah,
Hawkins and Spezia.
yeah, Hawkins and
Technically, like
Westcott.
full time,
But
right?
Yeah.
with
Yeah. No,
Westcott,
Westie's.
you there? You still there? I couldn't
Yeah,
tell
I
if you
hear
were
you.
further.
Yeah, I'm there.
I was gonna say yeah,
I couldn't hear you for a sec.
I was gonna say with Westcott, like he's a guy who really stood out for me last year at Palmer Pro when he played with the Snipers. So like, what does he
Yeah.
bring to your team?
I mean, he's a goal scorer, man. But besides that, he's really good on the defensive side as well, which is really what we kind of base our team off of. And so when he played Narch with us, we kind of knew right away he was a guy that we wanted to try to get long term. And when whatever happened with the Snipers happened, it kind of just was a match made in heaven for us. And he played Legends with us over here a couple weeks ago, and that he we just kind of build chemistry throughout, and it seems to be working out. Great guy off the ring too.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys obviously you guys added to Ant's point, you added another sniper, which was Brandon Hawkins, and I know he's played. I think he's played either like a Narch with you guys or a TORHS before, but I know Spezia has last year. But
Yeah.
adding both of those two, another Michigan boys, you guys have a very heavy Michigan roster as well too. What's that like? Like having that core where you guys have played together pretty much like all your lives as well too.
Yeah, it's interesting because most of our lives, a lot of us played against each other. Like you know, I never really played with Hawkins. None of us really have. I think he played with us in one D1 tournament with, I don't even know, Alkali Assault maybe.
Excitement.
And yeah, see, like Hackett was on some excitement. Like we were all kind of just around and playing against each other. And so this is kind of the first time where we got Hawkins and Spezia with Ross and Barry and Hodge, obviously, me, Hackett, like Okada, like all the guys that have been there forever. Now we're adding, add Spees last year, get Hawk this year, just adding pieces, new pieces over time. Ernie, obviously, he's been a staple for the last couple of years. So it's just kind of adding a new piece once in a while, but mostly the same core most of the time.
So looking at your schedule, last year when you guys played Blood and Feathers, they took you guys to a shootout.
That
So
was the
they're
first game of the
Yeah.
tournament too,
yeah,
right?
first game of the tournament. Now they're
Yeah.
your second round robin game. Is there a little bit of added like FU mentality in that game? Because like I know you guys probably felt like at that, looking at, just kind of the schedule, probably like, okay, like that should be a win in our column, but they took you to the brink.
Right. Yeah. I think it's more of a, it's a wake up call where it's like, yeah, we got a great team, but a lot of us don't play together throughout the year. And so when we get to tours, it's, first tournament of the year. Some of the guys haven't even been on rollerblades. So, we think we should be able to walk through, but these teams are good. They're all good. And now there's no easy game. You take anyone lightly, as we saw, we can go to shootouts with anyone, and we can, once it goes there, anything can happen. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think it was Nicky Whiteock that was in net too. He got
yeah,
hot, and when a goalie gets hot in the pro division, and you got some good defense, it's hard to score.
right,
But like you said though, every team now really is good. A lot of people will say like, oh, this team's weak. every team is good. There's not really
Yeah.
much any mercies anymore.
No, you're not coming in and really getting any easy. Even if you do end up winning 5-6-1, whatever it is, it's like it's usually you're taking some bruises along the way. It's a tough game, and like I said, none of it's easy. They're all good.
Absolutely. So, who's the? I probably have an idea of this answer. Just got to ask it though for the
Yeah,
fans.
yeah,
The locker room. Who's the guy in the locker room, kind of getting the boys buzzing and getting going? I'm sure
yeah.
we
So
know, but
yeah, Stavi's the easy answer. He gets the whole rink going most of the time. He's already in. He says hi, by the way. I know he was supposed to be on, but he's
Yeah, he's
he's at the
pretty.
Cardinals
he's a
game.
little busy right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's having a time. He said,
yeah.
I think his last quote to the chat was, "If I have one more JMO, I'm smoking a cig in my seat." So he might he might get kicked out by the end of this pod. So maybe he can make an appearance.
What a beauty.
Yeah,
But the other guy I would say is Jess Hackett for
yeah,
sure. He's a big locker room guy. He's always playing the music, doing that stuff. Just a great dude. Obviously
he
on the rink, but off the rink, he's the best. So
is the
I
man.
mean, we got a lot of those guys, man. Honestly, the team is when we get together, it's like hockey's fun, but we just love hanging out with each. Like just having a couple weeks to just hang out, be with the guys. Now we got wives and kids coming too, so that adds to it, and it's just makes the summer great.
that that's a whole different dynamic too. Like having your
Yeah.
wife, like and kids there. Like you
Hmm.
can't just hang around the rink the entire time. Now you have some other responsibilities. So
Right.
when you get to that game, you do have to kind of dial it in and be like, "Hey, it's game time. Let's play." And come
Right.
together. And Jess Hackett is the perfect guy for that because like even not that this happens, but you could lose a game like 8-1 and Jess Hackett would still like have a good day. Like that guy just never has
Yeah.
a good day.
Yeah.
So
He'll make good out of it. He'll might be down on himself for a sec, but then crack a beer. We'll get ready for the next one, and that's it.
that's it.
So
He hates that
yeah.
we say that all the time about the culture things, but it's true.
Well,
Like, yeah,
he did it to himself.
yeah, he's so funny. He's the best.
Yeah, he's great.
Short tweet. Last question before we let you go, and you head off to tours.
Yep.
The goalie dynamic you guys have is
Mhm.
it works. And we've seen it at Palma Pro. Stavi stepped in, won a
Yep.
championship.
Yep.
But you got Troy Redmond.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say enough. Goat, right? That's pretty much all
Correct.
you can say, right?
Yeah.
But he dials in and he takes his game
Uh-huh.
very, very serious. His preparation, everything, you see it, right?
Yep.
Then you
Oh,
got
yeah.
Stavi, and then
And
you
then
got
you
Stavi.
It's a dynamic.
And I love Stavi, man, because you need those kind of guys on the team, right? But he can step in and win a game, and he can steal games, and there's no doubt about that, right?
100%.
But like, it's just talk about it's just so polar opposites, but it works, and it just works.
I think it really helps the both of them. It's Reds he's a second coach out there. He's a defender out. He's letting us know where to be, what to do. I mean, he's prepping for every game like it's a champ. Like he should. He's a pro. He's like the best. And he got Stavi there, who's on his side at all times,
Batman
keeping
and
him
Robin,
loose.
kind of.
And whenever it really is, because I mean, whenever Stavi needs anything from Reds, Reds, will help him whenever he with whatever he needs. I mean, not that Stavi needs any help with anything, but it's just I think they both just kind of calm each other down, have a good time, and it's just part of the team.
No, I love it. I think it's just you don't really see that type of dynamic where it's just kind of really polar opposites, but it really works. You see it works too.
Reds is stretching before the game, getting ready, talking game plan, and then Stavi skating out and having a Newport.
I'll never forget when Stavi got the win in Spain. We came outside. You guys were in the parking lot drinking and whatever, and we came out. Stavi's got no shirt on, but he's still got his full bottoms on, and he's just wearing Newports.
Dude, we messed up on that State Wars because our whole plan was if we did win that final game, we were supposed to all have Newports in the picture, having a cig in our mouth.
Oh my God!
It would have been so good. I don't know where we failed and that didn't make that happen, but I'm sure Stavi will get some big games going forward, and we could
That
do something like that.
that was a top 5 moment for me in roller history because that whole arena was, no offense to the snipers,
Yeah,
right? That whole arena was
yeah,
chanting Stavi. Not one single person
yeah.
wasn't. Even if you're a sniper and you were kind of like fucking
Dude,
for
the
Stavi.
video,
Right. I mean,
or the go
how
ahead,
can't you root
Schwartzy.
for him? How can't you root for him?
Yeah.
The best.
It was, it's obviously you don't want to see anyone get injured. It sucked that Redmond had to go down. You don't want to see that, but it was great to see Stavi step in and do exactly what he needed to do, and we know that he can do that whenever we need him to do it. So
Yeah.
it's good to have.
Absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
the whole point.
One of the funniest
Yeah.
photos I've ever seen is when Stavi, I think he's screaming like, is it Ernie's face or somebody's face, like after they won the championship. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Good shit.
All right, Schwartzy. Well,
He's a quote guy, man. Yeah.
no,
I see my kid coming in
absolutely.
now, so I will
Yeah, you're good.
I'll listen to the
No,
rest of
you're
the pod,
good.
and thanks for having me, boys. I
Yeah, no,
appreciate
Absolutely,
it.
man.
on.
Good
See ya.
luck down there. Safe travels.
All right, later, fellas.
Yeah, dude.
Later, Schwartzy. All right. Carshield's feeling it. Ready to go. Ready to go.
Love it. I love like the little nuances that we're running into. Like,
Oh, it's all different. It's all over.
like
We got
which
Phelpsy up
project?
next.
Oh, here you go. This is you. This is your intro.
I'm pumped. Phelpsy, we got the Labeta Blood and Feathers. Kyle Phelps. I'm gonna pull up their roster first before I bring him on. Standings here. Kyle played golf this morning too, and I was supposed to ask how he did. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how Kyle did. Doesn't sound too good. Doesn't sound too good.
Because I feel like it goes either way. Like,
Absolutely, dude. Kyle's vibing right now.
What's
yeah,
up, guys? Of
What's up, buddy? I like your hat.
course you do. It's
There you
nice,
go.
huh?
How you doing?
Very good. How you guys doing?
Good, doing good, doing good. We got Kyle Phelps here of the Epic Ringster Blood and Feathers. You guys and Palma probably have the two longest names in the league right now, I would think.
And Black Ice.
And Black Ice, Unify Conics Black Ice.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a mouthful. Phelps, how you feeling? You're about to head out to St. Peters, Missouri in the next couple of days. How you feeling?
Really good. Yeah, I'm heading out tomorrow midday. We'll get in later, and then we'll get a skate in tomorrow night. So that'll be nice.
Nice.
Are you a driving guy? Are you driving out there? Or are you flying?
No, not this time. Flying, thankfully.
Yeah.
Kyle loves to drive.
I
You
hate
drove
it,
to
but
Fort
I have
Wayne
to
the
do
one
it
year.
sometimes.
Yeah, the one year with when Bateman was with you, didn't you drive to Fort Wayne?
Yeah, I've drove to Fort Wayne every time. I drove to Florida a couple times.
Oh,
That was miserable. Canada a couple times.
Kyle drove to
everywhere.
Toronto one year from Colorado, and then he went to Florida as well. Him and Bateman.
Yeah, with when Kaysen was, I think he was younger than two. It was 31 hours straight through. It was horrible.
oh my Lanta.
That is insane. But so Phelps, you guys got a little different roster, I would say, from last year, a little the same. How are you guys feeling though going into this tournament? You guys last year we were just talking about this in that Carshield game. You guys gave Carshield, probably one of the best games of the round robin going into the shootout. So, how are you guys feeling?
I mean, really good. Last year, yeah, we were super competitive. We were right there in most games. I mean, even in the Palma play-in. And I think this year we've improved so much from last year. It's a whole new team. I mean, obviously that comes with its own struggles at first, playing with a whole bunch of new guys, but everybody's been super positive in the group chats, and that's been blowing up. So, I mean, really pumped about it. It's really looking forward to it.
There we go. Who's the guy in the group chat getting the boys going? Are you? Kyle's not really a group chat guy. I gotta admit, I kind of get mad at Kyle. But who's getting the boys buzzing there?
I mean, there's a bunch going on. JJ's always in there. He's a big talker, so
He's a funny guy, actually.
he's hilarious. He's
really funny.
He is, but yeah, he's usually in the midst of everybody. So
There you go. And JJ Facetto, he's nasty. He had that nasty pass, I think, last year, like that between the legs pass. So, you guys got a little new look too, which I think, definitely I mean, not your roster, but your guys' schedule here. You guys should make playoffs based off your guys' schedule as well too, and adding those different pieces as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're going to be competitive. We're going to be in every game. So, I mean, it's exciting. We got a tough schedule. I mean, we got is it Car Shield, Black Ice,
Hockey
can't think of
Plus.
Hockey
Plus,
Plus, yep,
yeah.
Yeah,
and
the
Roadrunner.
Roadrunners, but
Yeah,
if you guys bring like you guys did that, last year in the Palm Pro play-in, and then also that tours, anything can happen really.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we were close with all those teams last year, anyways. I mean, we were a little bit off on a couple things and a couple pieces missing. I think we filled those pieces already. So, I mean, we're ready. New team, and some of the core guys that were already here last year, they're sticking around, which is really important. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting.
We talk about it all the time. Like you have to keep a core and build, keep a
Yeah.
core and build, and then eventually you have the right mix of players. And one of the guys kind of leading into that you're getting back, and he hasn't played in a couple years, but he's a fucking nail gun. Is Roman Kramer? I don't know if you know much about him, but that dude is a bull, and he's
Ant
got
has a hard on for Romy.
dude. This
You
kid,
know,
I love this kid. I
that's
love this
all
kid.
I hear from everybody. So like I personally don't know, but I'm excited to know because yeah, that's exactly what I hear. And
Yeah, he's good.
um
He's a really good player. Like, he's a good player for you guys because I feel like one of the things like you're talking about, you're like one shot away. He's the type of guy that can bury that shot because he's got a really good shot too. So you're dead on with like adding the right pieces back in and talking to a few people like Santo. Like sounds like you guys went a little younger too, a little bit like some of these younger kids coming in there. So Rob said it earlier when we were talking about chemistry, like they're always going to come out and give their best game, right? They're always going to try their ass off. You're not getting someone who's a little bit like complacent in the sport. So I think you're dead on with that. But Roman's a good pickup to get back in your get back on the team.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and just to go back to the point of keeping that core, I think a lot of roller teams kind of fail at that. And I think that if you can keep a core of like, even 6 to 8, eight preferably guys that you kind of roll for with a few years, like I mean, kind of how Carshill keeps building, and all the top teams, every single one of them have that for many years. Like you just got to keep that rolling to kind of keep everything going, and each year and build from that.
No, absolutely. Phelps, have you looked at your schedule yet? That's the real question.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
you
I
know
did.
you know your schedule?
I do kind of.
Okay. All
I
right.
mean,
Well,
a
let's
little
let's
bit.
see. Let's see. Okay. So, who are you looking forward most to playing?
I mean, I would
Yeah,
probably
I'll
say
tell you your
Cars.
schedule. I'll tell you your schedule. Doesn't sound like you know it.
I
You
know
said it
it. I
earlier.
know it. I was thinking about this earlier. I mean, I probably would say Car Shield just because of the game that we had last year. I mean, obviously there's a team beat right now. Like they're stacked. They got even their add-ons now that they got. I mean, it's going to be a hard game, but like after the way that we played them last year and the way that we know we can and the improvements that we have this year, I'm most excited about that game.
So let me ask you a question because you guys are obviously really close. Are you the type of guy that like just doesn't know what's going on? Like you know your flight and you know when you're leaving and that's it? Is that like why Rob's with
Most of the time, I mean, sometimes I don't know the flight, but like,
It
yeah,
is.
I just
He doesn't know. He
Hold
doesn't
on.
even know when you
there's
leave.
just there's
I'm not
certain
gonna.
times I just choose not to care about certain details, and
Okay, but
I don't
like
need to know.
the reason I find that interesting is because when I played with you guys the one tournament at the RDN the Mile High Showdown, you were like the most fiery dude on the bench ever. So like I felt like it would be the opposite because you were so dialed in.
I'm dialed in.
Kyle,
That doesn't mean I'm not dialed in. I
Yeah,
just don't
but
pay attention to little details that don't matter to me.
you just
Like,
know game time. That's it.
yeah, or yeah, whatever. I mean, I'll know who I'm gonna be playing, especially like I'll start kind of preparing for that. But I think it's like after playing so many tournaments and doing this for so many years that like I
why
don't want
remember a
to.
flight, right? Like, why do you need to know when your flight's at? You're
Yeah,
right.
that doesn't really matter until like 2 hours
Not at
before the
all.
flight. Yeah. But like I don't want to overthink things too much. I like to like let it go, and then once I'm in the zone when I'm there at the tournament, that's when I'm most
All right,
focused.
fair enough. You saved yourself there. All
Yeah, I
right.
love Kyle,
I don't need
but
to say myself.
Kyle, at one point, this is all I'm gonna say before he lets you go. You do have a pretty bad record of missing flights, so
I just missed one last trip at Florida. We missed it.
You should
Well,
have drove.
It
You
wasn't
should've
my
drove.
fault though.
yeah, see,
So
see.
that's why you drive, because you literally can't miss anything. Like you're
Yeah,
just
exactly. I'm always on time when I drive.
There you go.
perfect.
So you guys get in tomorrow night. You guys got a quick skate and everything. Sounds like you guys are feeling pumped up to go. So just wanted to say thanks for joining the pod. A little late notice. And good luck out there, Kyle. Starting off the Royal season here at TORHS Pro.
Oh yeah, appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah,
Absolutely, Kyle.
I'll
Have a
see
good
you
one,
out
brother.
there.
All right, later, boys.
We'll
Later,
see
bro.
ya. Alrighty. So Kyle even had the blood and feathers lights going on.
I was gonna say that
Kyle
early.
was Kyle had the blood and feathers light pumped up.
That's like when we did the NCRHA one, we had the cool background. So far, we're getting pretty good backgrounds.
Yeah, no,
Actually,
I kind of misread their schedule at first, so they do have a tough schedule.
Yeah.
I think I misspoke, but they do have a very tough schedule. But they do have that Hockey Plus game, so you just never know. But
That's a
they
good
also,
first game.
yeah,
Like
so
both
that's
teams are going to
huge.
be even, so it's a good first game for those teams to work their way in.
Yeah. All right, well, we got Novak. I'm gonna bring up the roster for Novak, for Lebeda Freeze, and
Yeah,
then
this is kind of a new one, right? So you got
yep,
kind of a hodgepodge of players in here.
got the Texas Freeze, basically, baby. Yeah.
Wow.
What's
There
up,
you
Novak?
What's up, boys?
How you doing, man?
Good, man. Oh shit! Let me pause this YouTube.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, we love that you're watching. Thanks.
Yeah.
I had to keep track of that, to make sure I was on the drive.
Yeah, sorry, we kind of got the time a little mixed up. We changed it, so
I
apologize.
think we're back on schedule now with him.
Are
So yeah,
Yeah, we're
we had
3
him at
minutes
8:30.
behind, but
Yeah.
who's counting?
How you doing, Kyle?
Good, dude. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How you feeling? Going you got tours in your backyard.
I feel good. Just trying to survive work tomorrow,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
it's tourney season.
There you go. There you go.
That's a different dynamic, like, because you live there, right? So like working and then going to a tournament in the afternoon as opposed to like preparing to travel for a tournament and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so does that bring a different dynamic? Like, you still have your home life and the tournament in the background?
Yeah, I would say I always have like mixed feelings about that. Like when you're traveling for a tourney, it's time to lock in. But when you're digging a hole at work, you're like, I got a tourney tomorrow. You know, so yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, you just got to switch the flip, right away when you get
Right,
home.
right. The boys will be in town tomorrow, so everything will be chilling.
There you go, man. I don't think you have that problem at all either to flip the switch. So there, I was looking at your roster. One guy I've noticed, your boy Jalen Krogman.
Yes, sir.
He's back, man, and so are you. I think every pod I've probably said something about you. I do have to just give you some kudos first. Like I think it was last year, Black Ice, man. Like you went off. You went completely off, and then this Piehaw season, like you went completely off. And I've said it to everyone. I'm like, I tell Crafty, I'm like, dude, Novak's back. Novak's
Yeah,
back.
dude,
So
I appreciate it. I'm always hearing it. I appreciate everything you guys do, everything you guys are saying. I think
yeah,
I speak for the whole roller community when we appreciate what you do for the game.
no, absolutely, we
So,
appreciate that. But it's nice to see you back in the roller scene and everything. And how's it feel playing with Krogman again? You guys in the pro scene?
good, man. Well, we're gonna find out on the pro scene how it goes. Krogs is getting thrown into the fire.
Yeah.
But he's been skating a lot, so I think things will be typical Krogs.
He was always a really smart player. So like it's
Right.
not like you're just gonna lose your brain, right? Like it might be a little faster at first game or two to like get worked in, but like I remember him always just being this like lockdown, smart player, always made the right play. So it's not like he was going out there dangling people like you are, like sending people to the other rink, with your hands and stuff. So I feel like he'll slide right in, and like your team is pretty deep. So like there's insulation for other players to like kind of help out, get them back in the mix.
Exactly. Yeah. Krogs is smart enough that he'll know how to approach the game where he'll be just fine, I would say.
No, absolutely. And talking about your guys' your roster again, you got two Czech boys. You got Marek Laska and Jakob Bernard. Can you talk about like having those guys as well joining your team?
We're excited to have them. Obviously, they're always ripping up the French league, playing with the snipers, good two-way players. So we're just excited to have them. They got experience. Our team doesn't have much pro experience at this point, so we know we can rely on them to just do their job.
Do you did you play against them when you were in France?
Um, yeah, I think I played against both of them actually at one point or another.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say because I know Loscott's been in that league for like since like 2000.
Yeah,
He's been in there
man.
for
He's
forever.
like the Ovechkin over there.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And Jakob's been in Italy, right? He usually plays in the Italian league. So I mean they're both the way they play together is sick too. So it
Right.
makes it pretty easy to play with them.
Yeah, and
Do you guys go ahead?
I was gonna say they just kind of seem like a package deal every time they come to the States. So obviously they got chemistry, so they should just blend right in. They seem like great guys, which we're big on the whole culture thing. It's more about who you are as a person before what you bring on the rink. So they seem like a good fit.
No, absolutely. You guys got some beauties on your team, especially with one guy I love is Gibb from Cali. Played with him when we were younger too, and he's just a beauty. But you guys just got great guys all around. And the Greenbergs too. They're some beauties. They're beauties, and they
Oh
get it.
yeah, they're intense.
Oh yeah, they bring it.
They do
So
bring it. I was gonna say like you should probably do this interview with Justin because he's the GM of the squad and he knows what's
that's
up.
I was just gonna say he texted or he DM'd me and he's like, yo, if you need anything, like I don't know if Vince sent you the right roster, like here it is. Like he was on top of his shit.
Oh
Like
yeah, man.
once he saw that we were doing it, he was like right on. I didn't realize he was like kind of the captain in a
Yeah,
way.
man. It's
Yeah.
nice kind of like if you show up and do your job, like that's all you got to do. He's gonna take care of the rest. He kind of, like leads us in the right direction. We have multiple guys that do that, but I'm the type of guy that just likes like I'll follow their lead and let's go.
Absolutely. Do you so is he one of the guys in the group chat that's kind of getting the boys going, or who's the guy in the
Oh
group
yeah.
chat?
I mean, I would say the Greenberg brothers. Dean Moore is always hilarious.
He's
Vince
like
is always chiming in. Everybody's chiming in, but they're always getting it fired up.
Absolutely. So this is, I guess you could say, just second year of being back in the pro scene as well. What are you looking forward most with this team? It's a first year team. I think you guys have a great roster. It's a deep roster as well too. Great goaltending. And you guys have played together for the last, I would say, 2 years. What are you looking forward to the most with this squad?
Like we just want to make some noise this summer, come in and compete. Obviously we want to win at the end of the day, but that's going to be a lot easier said than done. So we just want to come in and battle every game. That's all we can do.
Yeah, and looking at your schedule, you come out with probably tough first game is against the Rage Cats. Like we went through that last year with the Wings. We played them and they punched us right in the face. So what do you guys have to do to make sure you guys are dialed up? Because that's not a team. We play like Black Ice and they kind of control the puck. And from playing with them, it's all about control and managing the puck. Where Rage Cats are kind of like a little more of a run and gun team. So how do you guys manage that?
I think a big thing for us, kind of jumping from like men's plat to pro, is just pay attention to the small details because the puck will be in the back of the net before you know it. So really just things like that, taking care of the puck. Obviously just not throwing it away, turning it over, but just small things.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Like men's plat, sometimes the guy shoots it high and wide. It doesn't bury you, where
Right.
in pro division, like everybody can shoot, everybody can score. So if you make a mistake, it usually winds up in the back of your net and that can pile on pretty fast. So I
Yeah,
definitely
the margin for error gets a lot smaller, I would say.
exactly.
Yeah, one mistake and you turn it around. It's a 2-on-1, 3-on-1, whatever it is, and it's with these pro teams, any guy that's going down, they have the ability to put that puck in the back of the net.
Right.
Um, Bringing it back, kind of like the first question Anth was talking about is, this is in your backyard at home. Are you staying at home this whole weekend? You going to the hotel, hanging out with the boys, or what are
I'm
you
like
doing?
a day by day type of guy. Like,
I got you.
you know,
Yeah,
um, good team dinner, then I'm like, all right, I'll stay here. Because Vince does get extra rooms and whatnot, so it's like, okay,
yeah.
as well for playing in the morning. But I'm like a responsible dog owner now, so
You're a
dad,
dog dad, bro.
dad's got to get back home.
Well,
There
you
you
got
go. There you go.
how far are you like from the rinks?
I'm probably like 15, 20 minutes from my
Wow.
kids.
I was gonna say because you have like a late game and kind of an early start the one next morning. So your Friday night you have a 10:05 and then you have an 11:20 the next day. So it's not a large turnaround, right? You guys have to kind of dial it right back in. So I wasn't sure if you were like an hour away and maybe that's the night that you stay with the boys. But I'm sure Vince is taking care of you guys regardless, right?
Yeah, Vince is the man. I mean, I'll probably stay at home during the tournament. The boys usually stay an extra day, so then I'll stay and do something with them.
Awesome.
No,
Well,
absolutely. Well, hey, Novak, thank you again for joining us, man. A little late notice, but thanks for joining the pod. Happy to see you back in the roller scene, man, and good luck to you guys this weekend.
I appreciate it. Rob, are you going to be in town?
I'm not. I can't make it this weekend, unfortunately.
you
All
Got
might
right.
a. I'm going to Mexico for 2 weeks, so yeah, just can't.
All right, that's a good enough excuse.
Yeah, I got a fiance now, so unfortunately, some things have to come first.
For sure. Well, I appreciate
Yeah,
it, boys. Thank you.
yeah, absolutely, man. We'll you gonna be at Palma?
Yep,
Cool. Well, maybe we'll see you
sir.
there then.
All righty, boys. Take it
All
easy.
right.
Thank you.
We'll
All
see you
right.
later, man. Thanks for
Later.
joining.
Yep.
All right. So the one thing I was gonna say with the freeze, they have a different roster, right? With like you got the Czechs, but then you got Novak, Krogman, Gibb. They have a very, I guess, diverse roster in the aspect of how they play, and I think that's huge for them too. Kind of like you don't know what you're gonna get at each line. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like Gibb is like it reminds me of like Superbad. He's like he's the fastest dude alive. That's Gibb, like on roller,
Yeah.
like just like you know what I mean. He just flies out there, and the Greenbergs like they're snipers. So like you're saying, they have a pretty crazy dynamic of players. It's just are they going to be able to come together, right? That's the big question.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that was awesome to see Novak back. I think this Freeze team is they're the top, top six. It's hard just being a new team, right? You just never know what's going to happen, and how the chemistry is just going to react. But they ployed in the Colorado Cup
I
together.
was
They
just going to
played,
say that. Yeah.
yeah, and they played men's platinum games together, so they should have that edge. And they also got Troy Loggins too, another old Alkali member that I know Novak and Krogman were teammates with. So, you know, see a lot of the old members getting back together from these different teams.
Oh yeah.
All right, so one last question: Did you, Chinny? Yay? No.
Chinny said he's got a game tonight. Actually, I
All
was just
right.
looking at my text here. So if anybody from Black Ice is watching,
I'm gonna. Yeah.
send us
If
a
anyone,
text and see if you could hop on.
okay, we're gonna bring on Luke Repsick.
Yeah, it's my boy.
All right, and this is from Hockey Plus too.
Yep. So Luke
The
is in
Pitts.
my is Luke Liberty Prospect. That's how long I've known this kid.
There
So
we go. And Hockey Plus. I'm pretty sure that's like a company in Pittsburgh, right?
I believe so. Maybe we could ask Luke. All right. Oh, the Muzzy and everything.
Muzzy. Wow. There we go.
All right. What's up, buddy? How you been?
Good, good. How are you?
Well, let's first and foremost, Luke and his brother Elliot are huge RDN guys. Like they're always rocking the hats and stuff like
There
that.
we
So
go. There we
one of the
go.
reasons I wanted to bring them on because they support us so well. So, how's everything been going? You've been getting ready, playing at like what 422, getting ready for the big tournament season.
Yeah, skating at 422. We're fortunate, like a lot of our guys, like our core guys, we're kind of from like Eastern PA, Central PA. So we've been getting together, skating out in Harrisburg at Yellow Breeches or down
Oh,
to
nice.
Sportsplex in Pottstown. So
Nice. So, how did this team come together? Like, because it is kind of a mix of like you 422 guys, but then you picked up the Eisenhowers. You got Raleigh Donor mixed in there, and I knew you've added
Colby
guys.
Moyer. He's from played from here in Colorado. He's actually really nasty, and I'm pretty sure he plays Team USA rink hockey as well too. Like he's gross.
yeah, no, Colby's a beauty. He just moved back to this area, so he started playing at our local rink, and we had no idea who he was. He just showed up one day. He was playing in like one of the bottom leagues, and we're like, this guy
It's the
probably shouldn't
best.
be down there.
Yeah, that's always the best. There's like he has like 10, and you're like, shit, we gotta get him out of this league ASAP.
Yeah, so I don't even think we were going to really play pro this summer. Like I was going to go down to St. Louis and play D1, and then Raul started talking to some of the guys, seeing like who would be interested. And we had played with Sammy and Bryce and Steven and a lot of those guys. Like we played on the Ringster team together, but it didn't really seem like we were going to do anything over the summer. But Raul started asking the guys, seemed like everyone was kind of interested in doing something. So we decided we put something together. the Eisenhowers, shout out Hockey Plus and Sherm out in Harrisburg. They said this guy wanted to sponsor us, so we're like, hey, if we got
There we go.
some stuff behind us, we don't have to fork out a ton of money. Like, let's go play. I know the Instagram comments have been a little bit of a stir about our squad, but
Yeah, it's all
I think
right.
it's
Hey,
given us
I think you got one of the biggest
Craft's on your
fans.
side.
You got
Craft on your
Craft's
side.
on your
shout out
side.
Kraft. Shout out Kraft.
Yeah, Kraft
there,
loves
but,
you guys.
You would have thought Kraft was on your roster on how much he defended you guys.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think we understand like we're not going to be the team there probably with the most skill. I think what we're kind of betting on is 7 to 8 of our guys like we all play together on a regular basis here since we're all based in the same area. So I think we're gonna probably have chemistry off the bat that some other teams might have to take a couple of games to get into. A lot of like new guys playing together. So yeah, I think we know our place, and if we just play our system and kind of commit to a play style, like we'll be all right. We'll be competitive.
I think like, and we said this with Phelps, who was just on, like, you guys have them the Blood and Feathers first game, so it's a good game to work your way into a pro tournament. And then you guys get chemistry as well, which like you have a younger crew that the new Blood and Feathers team looks like they're gonna be a little younger, and then chemistry's younger too. So these games should be really competitive for you guys. So what do you think, like, as far as like one guy I talk about all the time, and I think he's awesome, nobody really knows about him, is Bryce Whitman. Like, I think he's like sick, and nobody really knows about him. What does Bryce bring to this team?
I mean, he's just got like an incredible shot. I think like offensive ability is like that's kind of his specialty. And I think we're bringing in a couple other guys like Rob talked about Colby. Like he just moved back to the area. We got him on the squad. I think he's going to help us out a lot in that area. Plus, he's just a great guy, good to have around, good to have in the locker room. But I think we have a lot of young, hungry guys too. We picked up a couple kids that aren't from the area. Connor Daniels from Colorado, who's a kid that Colby was able to get us in touch with, and then another young kid, Jordan Kennedy, from I think Wisconsin. So I think we're gonna have, I don't think we have anybody on our team that's over 30. So we're gonna have a young squad, real hungry, and I think it'll be a good time.
Was that a shot at me for being way over 30 or what,
No,
dude?
no, no, no. Hey, I was happy to see you back on the roster.
Yeah, I know.
He didn't know, Ant. He thought you were gonna hang it up.
Maybe thought I was getting cut, huh? Okay, I'll remember that. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, listen, originally when your roster came out, my first thing was like, damn, they don't have enough guys. Like
Well, I do got to say
Yeah.
something. I'm sure Luke does, but like Raul messaged in and he said, roster updates: Arturo Garcia played IHF for Mexico. Noah Harmon from Texas. I know Noah. He's a pretty good player. He's a great player. Smaller player, but kid can put the puck in the back of the net as well too. And then Jordan Kennedy as well too. Like you said, he's a pretty good player as well too. So.
And so that was my original thought. Was like, damn, they're just a little light on bodies. But
Yeah.
now that we've added some of those guys back, and I think one of the comments that Kraft said in the comment section was that Joel can steal a game too. So like,
Absolutely.
we've done it. We've seen it in Paiha. I've seen it, and every time we play, I'm like, that guy can steal a game. So that's got to instill some confidence in you guys as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like I've heard talk about like keeping like the same core together, and I think that's kind of our plan is to try to keep like the same like 7, 8 guys that we kind of have locally here, and just keep playing together for the next couple summers and see what happens, add a couple of pieces here and there. But yeah, just I think the chemistry will help us out a lot because we play together pretty often. So
Awesome.
Yeah, and I was gonna say also another Colorado player you have is Sean Lapp, but pretty sure he's from that area in Philadelphia area too. Lefty, great D man, but he's a stud as well too. I played a lot with him here in Colorado, or when I was in Colorado.
yeah, some of the guys were friends with him from when he lived out here, and we picked him up, solid D man. Not super flashy, but I think we know what we're gonna get with him. So I think that's
Yeah, it's just, and it's about like you said, and I think just building your core. You see the top 5, 6 teams now really kind of just doing that. And once you have that and you bring in the pieces you need and move them out what you need, you're gonna have your team, and you have to start somewhere. But it's a hockey game. Everyone's got to step on the floor.
Yeah, I like what Crafty said. Like, it's either we go play, men's double A, men's triple A, and we do really well, and then people say we're sandbagging, or, we go try and compete in pro. I mean, last year, me, Bryce, Joel, and Sammy, we played with Propel. took Car Shield to a shootout in the round robin. Like any
Another,
team can really beat any team, and I
yeah.
think we kind of got blessed with a good schedule here. Like yeah, we got to play the Roadrunners and Black Ice honestly, but I think Chemistry and Blood and Feathers will be teams that we match up pretty decently with, and there's like good potential there if we can steal 2 games and make it into playoffs.
Do you
So,
guys go ahead, Ant?
is Raul coaching you guys? Like, is he
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
on the bench and everything? All right, cool.
So do you, and I gotta ask, so you guys, do you guys see these comments and like kind of mention it in the group chat? Like, well, fucking RDN just out here creating some shit again.
Listen, the burner account Bob 1998's been the talk in the group chat for sure.
I don't really ever look at those like, cause I don't like, I just see so many comments, right? And then I didn't realize it until Kraft started chirping them, and and I was talking to Kraft, and but it's true. It's just like, damn, I didn't. That's how people are, though. You know what I mean? Now in roller, they're gonna make these burner accounts, and they think they're cool, but it's probably because they're not playing pro.
Yeah, I mean, I think having a burner account for roller hockey news is a little soft, but
It's crazy,
each their own.
crazy work.
So, real quick, last question here. What are these jerseys going to look like? This is a new company, Hockey Plus. Like, did you get jerseys for this, or are you just going to maybe use like Ringster jerseys? Like, what's the deal with that?
Yeah, so well, we're running Lebeda wheels, so shout out Lebeda helping us out with wheels. But I think Mach 1 did the unis, so they just got done this week. I think Jay Muro's helping us out, taking them down, and then we're gonna grab them from him. So they're pretty gross from what I've seen, but yeah, we should be looking good.
All right, well, you got to send me a picture if you can, so I can get it over to Rob. We can take a look. We saw the black ice ones for this year, and we didn't leak those yet, so we won't leak yours until tournament day. But I was interested because you said it's a hockey shop out in Harrisburg.
Yeah.
That's awesome that they're getting involved with it. Obviously, like that's great to have like a new sponsor in the mix. So,
yeah,
awesome.
Absolutely. Well, Luke, thank you for joining the pod, man. Good luck to you and the boys out there. And like he said, Joel, when you got a tendy like that in net, you guys can steal games, win games, and you guys have experience too with your guys' players too. So one player I'm excited personally to see how they do is Colby Moyer. I know he's done pretty good out here in Colorado, and it's nice to see people get that pro chance.
Yeah. Thanks, fellas.
Absolutely, man.
Later, buddy. Yeah, he's the man. I love that dude.
Yeah, he's a beauty. Luke's a beauty.
He's
No, that I mean.
Such a good.
That is one thing when you are looking at this roster, right? Like it is they don't have enough. They didn't have enough players, but they added I think 4 or 5 players now, so I think they do have 12. So
yeah, that was the best. That was the big thing was with what's it called? When I originally saw the roster, they had like 8, 9 guys on there. I was like, oh damn, I've been there. Like 8, 9 on to a pro tournament, you get your head kicked in. So now that they've added some guys and sounds like at least some experience and their schedule, pretty favorable for them too. So it might be like one of those random teams that just like slide in there. Like, you saw Inferno do it a bunch of times at tours back in the day,
No, absolutely. All right. So who we got? Connor Bradley up next?
I think so.
Connor Bradley. He's late to the show.
Wakefield hooked us up with this one. So
Wakefield?
Yeah.
Man, we got to talk about our boy Wakefield. Full-time beauty, but man, sometimes when the camera's on him, he switches languages or he just goes monotone.
It was really, really good.
It was good. It was very good. Connor heard his name and he's like, hey, I'm in the waiting room ready to go. All right. So we got Car Shield Blast. Connor Bradley. And this is another team that is younger that is the pro scene. They were in there last year. But they got pretty much the same core as they've had as well too. All right. Here we go. Pull up their schedule as well too. We are buzzing along here. We got about 3 or 4 more interviews, maybe 4, 5.
We still got some people watching too, so I'm pretty happy.
Oh yeah, we
Boys, how we doing?
Yeah, what's up?
What's going on?
Not a whole lot. Thanks for having me on, fellas.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for coming on.
How we doing? How we doing? You're from St. Louis, correct?
Correct.
So how's it feel to have this tournament in your backyard?
I can't say I love it, but I don't hate it. Definitely gonna miss tournament down in Tampa, but hey, it's nice to not have to travel for take off too much work, so that's nice.
That's what we were just talking to Novak about. He's another St. Louis native, and pretty much your whole team is, I think, all St. Louis native. You don't get that I guess you don't get the state and go to that tournament. It's not that roll. I, I understand what you're saying,
Yeah, right.
but you do get it in the backyard. At least you get to sleep in your own bed and stuff like that. So that's huge.
Exactly. We already got to test out the floor last night, so boys are feeling good.
And
How'd
correct
it
me if
feel?
go ahead,
How'd,
Anth.
how'd the floor feel out there? Like being like I've only played at that rink on still mat. So
Yeah, I mean, definitely going to be a little bit slower. Not going to lie. All we have here in St. Louis is still mad. So going back to that older floor, it's definitely a little bit slower, but the puck still moves nice. So, and it's dry. So we know we're not going to be 2, 3
plus
hours behind this year, which is huge. I think a lot of people are going to be happy about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So the ring conditions are pretty nice right now.
Yeah, I mean, no issues so far, knock on wood, but we're going to the weekend looking good. So
Awesome, awesome. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you played over in France this year with Valence, correct?
correct. Yeah.
Awesome. How just talk a little bit about that. How was that experience for you?
Honestly, it was really, really fun. Definitely tough not being on a winning team, but hey, it's not about winning over there. It's about getting that experience and just kind of enjoying roller hockey. You don't get to take a whole year off and just play roller hockey. So I mean, that experience alone just made up for all the losses.
yeah, and
And yeah, we had a great group too, which made it 10 times better.
yeah, I was gonna say from what it seemed like, just from talking to Wake, obviously he's like my little brother. He just said you guys were just young, and
Yeah.
that was the big issue is that you were just young, and guys like you and him were trying to get those young guys to buy in, but they just sometimes they just don't listen, and that is what it is. But you guys had a solid team. Like I watched a ton of your games, ton of skill there. It was just like you can never get over that hump. You were always one goal away on the wrong side.
Mhm. 100%. I mean, that was you nailed it. I mean, it was just a mental thing for us. We had the skill, we had the speed. It was just upstairs. We just weren't fully there. But hey, they'll be coming back. I'm unfortunately not going back next year, but they'll come back. They'll be back in the league before we know it. So I'm pumped to see how those guys do in the future.
Absolutely. You got to hang out with Stavi for a couple of weekends. How was that?
No, Stavi was there for more than a couple weekends. It was a treat to say the least. Stavi was with us for I want to say 4 months altogether. Uh, shit. I mean, he's the man. You guys know him. Everybody in the roller world knows Stavi. He's the man. So, to be with that guy every day, I mean, it's so funny. He cracks me up.
I met his mom last year, and like his mom
At the
was
Ameristar.
yeah,
Yeah,
remember we were talking to his mom. His mom was shredding him, but it was like all good shredding. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah, of
Just
course.
he's like a big kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just like a big kid. So, um,
Um,
I was gonna say, kind of looking at your roster, like how cool is it to play with your brothers, like on this team?
I mean, that's half the reason I still play roller hockey, to be completely honest with you guys. I mean, to get the opportunity to play with all the boys I've grown up playing with, and then my two brothers is just it makes it so much more enjoyable. Um, Minus the part where those two are bickering at each other, and I got to be the one to step in. But hey, it's all worth it to see them. We all three grew up together, and be able to play with each other finally it's awesome.
talking about your roster here, is there a certain guy on this roster that not a lot of people might know about that will know about this summer?
I'd say first guy that comes to my mind is Jack Wadowski. He's '03 or '04 from Cali. One of the fastest kids I've ever seen play. He's an absolute honey badger out there. He's gritty, super fast, isn't afraid to go in the dirty areas. I think he played with us last summer. This will be his second summer with us. I think a lot of people are going to be. He's going to make a lot of people turn their heads and look at him.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna
that's
say you
our.
guys go ahead.
I was gonna say that's our whole roster. I mean, we're a bunch of young guys. I mean, I'm the oldest guy in our team, and I'm a 2000. So we're a young group. Um,
That's a young group.
yeah, right. So I mean, we're just trying to gain the experience and just show people that we can play in pro and hopefully let people know we're here to stay.
Yeah, you guys, I mean, last year, you guys in Palma Pro, you brought a lot of grit. I mean, you guys were physical. I mean, hitting teams, pushing around some teams too. That was your guys' game, but you guys have a lot of players like Jackson Bosniak and Luke DePasquale. I was gonna mess those names up. I had to say it slow. Um, they can put the puck in the back of the net, and that's huge too in the pro division.
Yeah, lucky enough. So he was Jackson Wozniak. He was with us last summer, but just for Palma. He was hurt all summer, but now that he's back, he's healthy, and we got high hopes for Jack. I mean, he's our shooter. And then Luke, this would be his first year with us. I played for Lindenwood last year, so that's how we got him on the squad. And he's one of those guys that we're going to be looking to go to as well. So we're excited to have both of them back healthy and ready to go this summer.
Yeah, we talked to Luke last year, but like I know him from, being an East Coast guy. I
Mm.
think he's like one of those guys in like 3, 4 years from now, we're gonna be like, oh fuck, he's one of the best players in pro. Like I think he has that kind of talent and that scoring ability from the back end. You know what I mean? So yeah, and you guys have like just looking at your schedule, you're playing a lot of those like heavy hitters. I know you guys got a tough schedule, it looks like, but I think opening up against Black Ice is going to be beneficial for you guys because, like you said, you guys have a really fast team. And I think you could kind of maybe, give them like forecheck them and try to force them to make turnovers. And, that might be the key to success. But like, what team are you looking forward to playing in your round robin?
I mean, really, we're willing to make a statement any game. Obviously, I mean, I'm biased, but I think we have the toughest draw of the whole tournament.
They're pretty
You
tough.
guys do have a very tough draw.
You guys got
Yeah.
a tough draw.
You got Black Ice, Palma, Roadrunners, and Freeze.
Yeah, I mean, not a knock at Freeze or anything, but we played them last year in trips down at TORHS, and we beat them both games. So that was kind of be the game we were looking to. If we were going to win one, it would be against them. But now it's every game we gotta come out. We can't be sleeping at any moment. So, we're coming out to play. We're gonna play gritty. We're gonna play fast, and we're gonna try to steal a couple.
Yeah, and I think playing those just the heavier teams the first day that helps a lot going into the second day. Every team is going to bring it, and every team can win a game, but kind of getting those two out of your way. I think that's a huge thing as well too.
Yeah. And the good thing is, we've played Palma, we've played Black Ice multiple times before, so we know what we're getting. We've been a new team. We've changed our rosters every single year, so they don't know what they're getting from us. We know what that we're getting from them. So I think that's going to be pretty beneficial to us. So I'm hoping, we can surprise some guys and, come out with a couple wins in round robin.
Yeah, there's always those games where people may look at it on paper and go, "Oh, that team should win," and it always winds up being maybe a reversal or a really tight game that goes down to the wire. So I think you guys are probably of like the newer, younger teams, the most seasoned of those new teams that are coming in. Considering you guys have played, this is what the third year in a row you guys have played tours.
No, so we
Well,
actually we
I think it's
skipped
the
up.
first.
Yeah, this will be we took last year off out of tours and pro, and we ended up
That's
playing.
why. Yeah.
Yeah, we ended up playing men's trips. Kind of just wanted. I think the upper guys in Car Shield wanted to see if we could prove ourselves in men's AAA, and we rolled through men's AAA, and I think we kind of just made everyone else see like, hey, there's no reason for us to be playing that again. Let's go test our luck out in pro again.
I'm glad you said that because I was talking to Luke and Luke was kind of saying the same thing. He's like, we don't want to do men's AAA again. Like we want to play pro and challenge ourselves because I remember we played you guys 2 years ago when it was in Tampa, and then I forgot you did take off last year. You guys went and played AAA. That makes sense. I thought it was your third year as a pro team, but I'm sure there's even new players from 2 years ago, 3 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, I mean we try to keep together, around 8 guys for our core, and then after that it kind of fluctuates every year. But looking at our roster right now, it's definitely our best roster we've had yet, and we're hoping guys stick around for now because it's such a pain putting rosters together every year. Takes a lot out of you, but hey, I'm just hoping we get guys to stick around this year. That's the goal.
I think that's the common thing in roller right now too. Just staying committed to a team, and that's the way you're going to win. And I think that's the blueprint that people are trying to follow, and we hope that people do follow. Right? Add the pieces in where you need, but keep that core together, and then bring in one or two players a year. You're going to find your mojo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, hey man, appreciate you for joining the pod and everything. Good luck to you and the boys out there. It's in your backyard, so don't have to travel anywhere, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, no, appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah. Thanks for
Absolutely,
doing
man.
it, buddy.
Yeah,
Talk
good
to
luck
you.
out there, or good luck in your backyard.
Appreciate it, guys.
All
Have
right,
a
see
good
ya.
one.
We'll see you later, man.
See ya.
I was gonna say their roster is that is a young roster.
Yeah.
And I think it's a little different from last year. One question I did want to ask that I forgot to ask was if Bilstein's going to be on the bench because Bilstein is.
Very well. It's in their
Yeah,
backyard, so
yeah, I love watching Bilstein coach. He's an
he'll threaten you from the bench. He don't care.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
He wants. I'll never forget this story real quick about Bilstein. We were playing when he was playing. I guess it would have been Mudcats like a couple years ago, and he looked at Jasher, and Jasher's a small guy, and he goes, "Don't worry, I've hit a goalie before." And Jasher was just like, "Oh fuck," like he just didn't even know what to say.
All
He's
right.
like, I've hit a goalie before," and he was just like, "Oh man," gave up 7 after that. So,
Why'd you just do Joshua like that, bro?
nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All right, so we got your team coming up next. We got Blake Bennett.
I gotta switch. I was told, Coach told me I gotta switch hats for
We
this
got the
one.
Wings hat coming on. We're gonna bring on Blake Bennett, and then after that, we got Don Carter lined up as well too of the Rage Cats. So
Let me shout out my coach real quick, Eric Hawk.
okay.
He literally said this. He said, "This is a great show. It's getting me so pumped up. Like he is dialed in.
Right, let's go.
He loves hearing all the stories. Like he loves it all. Like my man is completely dialed in. So I love this guy. He's the
So
man.
do I just interview both of you guys? All right, I'm bringing on Blake now. So
All right.
is it just me or what?
I don't know. I'm flipping the script here, I guess.
Nah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Hello.
What's going on?
Hey, what's happening?
How we doing, Blake?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing good, man. Oh, there we go. Yeah, right there.
Can you see me? Could you not
Yeah,
see
we
me
got
before?
you. No, we got
You're
you.
good. You're good.
We got you. Got you.
Are
How you
you-
doing, buddy?
Good, man. I'm at the Burke
Are you at
Estate.
Nate's? Are you at Nate's house?
Yeah. In Buff.
It's the same place Nate did the interview with us last year.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the
Literally
exact
sitting
same
in the same
background.
spot.
A nice,
Yeah.
nice porch.
Yeah, this is the interview spot.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
How you feeling, man? I know you had quite the ice season this year. How you feel going into the roller season?
Yeah, a long year of ice. I don't want to necessarily think about it. That's why it's nice when it's roller time. So
Absolutely, man. So
I'm
how you
excited.
feeling though?
No, I feel great. I'm taking a long drive too because I flew a lot this year. So taking my time, get out there, split it up. Came to Buffalo first, had dinner, have the night, and then we'll drive out tomorrow. It'll be a long day tomorrow, but we'll get the legs out with the skate tomorrow night, which is nice. And then, yeah, I feel really good, and I'm excited about the group we have too. So there's a couple pieces I wish we had, like my brother Shane, but there's some guys we picked up that hopefully can pull some weight, and I think we have a real good chance this summer. So
Yeah, I was gonna say one player that I noticed was Aiden Dufort. Kid's a stud. I've seen him play a couple of times, and he can put the puck in the back of the net.
yep, we're excited about him. Wiesner as well. And those are guys that, I mean, they're both pretty experienced. They played roller for a while, so we expect them to put up a goal here and there right away.
Yeah, and then
log some ice time.
absolutely. Then you got that veteran leadership there, Anth Merrigan in the background too.
For sure. Log
Yeah,
him in.
a Hawk sent a screenshot of our roster and had all the birth years, and I think I was the oldest by like 6 years, so it didn't make it great. But I feel all right.
So you guys are gonna use this senior citizen discount here.
Yeah, AARP baby. Blake, I was gonna say, because I know you've been skating with Robbie Blergian. First off, Robbie gave us a huge shout out that we spelled his name right for the first time ever on a roster release. So Rob, kudos to you for that. But how have you been building some of that chem with Robbie?
Definitely. He's real easy to play with, and he's nasty. I was telling him he's got to make his way down to Buffalo and start dominating those leagues. He would love it down there because we got the good pro league down there in Buffalo. But no, he's looked really good. I'm really excited for him and what he's going to bring for us this tournament and this summer. And just he's so involved with everything, man, and he loves the game. And I honestly just appreciate having him on our roster, and he can help us grow our team if he needs, and he does a lot for us. So.
Yeah, he's a great dude. I think he played with our pro team at Narch one year, and he brings it. You know what I mean? He's a big body too. He can put the puck in the back of the net.
Yeah, and he's got the experience that our team needs. So
yeah,
I love having him.
he has that pro experience too, even in like the ice and playing over in France, playing, the pro roller over there. He's seen the game in all different areas too. So yeah, he's a great
Absolutely.
addition. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
great
a great
addition to your team.
great dude too.
Yeah. He when I went and watched him play ice, he like made sure to like had Dom with me, threw a puck over for him, like just like you're saying, just loves hockey, dude. Like
Yeah, absolutely. He
he's
just
like
wants to grow. He wants to grow the game just as much as you guys do, man. He
listen,
does.
we've had meetings with them and stuff too. Like, some of the ideas that we came up with, like that we did the magazine a couple years ago, it started with him, like, uh
Yep.
helping us like, put that all together. So, we definitely appreciate him as a person. Well, I want to talk about one of the pickups we got, which is not a player at all, it's a goalie, Jimmy Teed. What do you know about, like, are you close with him at all? Like, have you like ever like met him? I know him from just like he was in Philly during COVID times. He wasn't allowed to go back to Canada, the whole thing. But do you know Teeter at all?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we played together on the Roadrunners when did we were in St. Louis actually.
Was it D1?
Yeah, it was D1 and we lost, or no, Joey D scored the OT winner. It was probably 21 and under, or 20. No, it was 24 and under. You're right. D1, D1 in St. Louis. Yeah, Teeter's nasty, man. I'm so excited to have him. Um, Chucky, I'm happy for him to have that thing with the freeze because I think I'm happy to have another team, added into the scene, and I think they're going to be legit based off of the roster that I seen. So I'm real excited for him to be able to play with guys he likes playing with, and then for us, we got lucky enough to pick up a really good goalie that we're going to be really confident in right away. So he's already seen it all. He played for Black Ice. Like he's legit, man, and we need it. So we're super excited about him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
he's very dialed into his craft too. He knows exactly what he has to do and what he needs to do. So that's
Absolutely.
one thing that I really appreciate about him and watching him.
he,
Yep.
he
Super professional.
He was also getting chirped in the comments by Kraft a little bit, calling him a snake. But I think it's a little of a playful thing
I
because
liked that
I asked
comment. I
Kraft,
liked
I was
it.
like, yeah, what the hell's going on with that? He's like, nah, he's a great guy. Like he's the best guy. Just just had to chirp him a little bit. But like we've had, with the Wings in general, like since I've started playing with you guys, like we've had some good goaltending throughout the entire thing. So I feel like we're very fortunate because when you have a good goalie, we talked about it earlier with pretty much everyone, you build the team from the back out and it helps us be a little more confident.
Absolutely.
Is
Absolutely.
is there in your guys' like I guess group chat or even in the locker room, is there a certain guy that kind of gets the boys going in particular?
Hawk.
I know my answer. Hawk. Yeah, Hawk's the answer.
Hawk, the
Yeah,
Hawk.
coach?
Hawk.
yeah.
Hawk. Matt Burke as well. I would
Okay.
say is the two
He,
main guys, and yeah, they're our rah-rah, and if we don't have them around, man, the juices aren't flowing. So
what we have, Hawk started a whole thing in our group chat just sending healthy meal pictures. Like, you know what I mean? So now everyone's just sending like their dinners that are, healthy meals, but nobody's sending the crap that they're eating, like, nobody's talking about. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I'm hiding. When the
the
pictures are being
munchies.
sent.
Yeah. You're not sending the Burger King shot, it's all
Nope.
steak and, steak and salad. But
No,
uh,
it's been good. Everyone's super excited, man. It's so exciting when it's this time of year.
so
Absolutely. Go ahead, Ann.
Okay, let me ask you about one guy just because you know him and he's a new guy added to the squad is Dalton Skelly. What's he bringing to the table? He's a Texas boy. I got a text from one of the Greenbergs. I can't remember if it was Justin or Jordan, but they said he's a stud. So tell us a little bit about what he's going to bring to the table. He played Wichita with a couple with Minerva and things like that too. So
Right, and yeah, so he finished the season with me in Rapid City. He's a man. We started talking about it, and he told me he's in like at the end of the season, and I'm like, all right, like I'll reach out to you in a couple weeks here. He already had his skates dialed in. He was already skating, getting dialed in. So there's no way I wasn't picking him up. And this kid, he plays three ice as well. Like he knows a lot of the roller guys, and he's played roller for a long time. And he's just playing a doubleheader last night. So I'm super excited to see what he brings, and just being a pro ice defenseman and. I think he's going to be able to step in and be really good right away. And he's a littler guy, pretty good skater, so I think it'll translate well. I don't think it's going to take long for him to be effective.
Do
yeah.
you Blake, are you the type of guy that looks at your schedule before, or do you kind of, know the couple teams you're gonna play, or are you pretty dialed into your schedule?
I know who we're playing.
There you go. There you go. Who you
Yeah.
so what team sticks out to you the most that you look forward to?
I mean, Roadrunners is my favorite. I love Car Shield too, man. I like them all. Like I like that we're playing Freeze too with Chucky. Like that's gonna be fun too. Like
Yeah,
I like all the games, man. I don't think there's a team that I don't want to play against, to be honest with you.
we have like a
But at the
rivalry
same but
schedule.
at the same time, I don't want to play any of them. So no, I'm
No.
just no. It's fun. It's fun, and Roadrunners is definitely the one that we're excited for the most, and that'll kick off the summer, I think.
Yeah, no, that does that kicks off the summer. And then you guys got a kind of tough schedule too, playing Freeze and Car Shield on day two. When you guys play that, the Car Shields, the Palma, the Black Ice, what's does something kind of switch with those games for you?
Yeah, I think just I mean, like
Because
we
those teams come at you at a different style, right? Like we were talking about Palma, they come at you in waves, and then they forecheck hard, and then you play another team, for instance like a Hockey Plus, they're probably going to sit back and they're not going to come at you, right?
Yeah, I
But
mean,
so
so for us, like when we're technically the underdog, honestly, we play more freely and we're not scared to lose, and we feel like we have nothing to lose against these teams, man. I feel like they have everything to lose. So for us, we're not gripping our sticks. We're not playing much different, just a little more conservative, and then like we'll be yeah, just a little more conservative and try to just pick pick up on the odd man rushes, really, to be honest, against these big teams. Like we're a pretty, we'll box up if we need to, and everyone knows that.
I was just gonna say, I think that Black Ice game round robin a couple years ago at Fort Wayne, we're down in that game, right? And we still didn't break the box. We still stuck to a box because we knew
Absolutely.
eventually they were gonna get frustrated and
And
just
I
keep
don't, I don't, I don't necessarily call it a straight box. I would say one,
yeah,
one, two, but
yeah.
everyone else calls it a box. So I
I mean,
mean,
it's a motto, but yeah.
no, but no. The more years we play, man, and the more times we've played these top teams, that we're just more comfortable playing them, and we're able to make steps in the right way to trying to beat these teams, and we give these teams games every single time now. So, um, yeah, we're just ready to play these big games again. To be honest with you.
You're getting me fired up, bro. So I can't wait.
So one of the last questions I was going to ask you about your guys' roster going in here. You guys have you have your core pretty much kind of what you guys have had for the last 2 years and everything. What do you think it's going to take for you guys, to basically take it to the next level? Make it to the semifinal, make it to that championship game. Is it whether like we have to buy in from game one, or what is it for you guys that you guys got to do?
Yeah, I think every single year we've been closer to getting the perfect team together to be able to just have everyone know their role, and I think that's the most important thing. And I think this year is going to be the closest thing we have to that. If not, I mean, we hope it's perfect, right? But you never know. But in terms of just buying in and trusting each other and believing in the guy next to you, because we can all perform at this level, and we all know it, and we're all on the team for a reason. So if everyone believes, and I know we do, then I think our chances are good.
You going to be rocking one of those CEO grip sticks?
No, I don't think I will. I got a couple customs that I like, but
You just
those things
broke that guy's heart, man.
those things are nice, man. I would give him
I
a look.
think
I got a twig right here. I have a griff twig right here.
Yeah,
yeah.
those things they're
They're
light now
nice.
too.
Yeah, no, they're nice. They're nice. No, I love Griff. I think Griff's he's he has the talent. He is a great player, and I love his attitude. His attitude is so good on the bench, and that's a player you want around your team. I know he gets a
Absolutely.
lot of shit from players and stuff, but he's a beauty, and I
No,
do.
he's awesome. We love having him,
He
man. I'm
is
excited to see him.
absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you hopping on. I was hoping you were going to be at the ice rink. Did Nate
I know
skate?
I was too. I would have showed you some clips,
Yeah.
or I would have flipped the camera for you.
Did he go to the game?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just ended up going to dinner and then headed back. So
Gotcha. Happy wife, happy life. I got you, brother.
you
So
get it.
You get it.
There we go. Well, hey, thanks for joining, man. Safe travels out to
All
tours, and good luck to you and the boys.
Thank you guys. See you soon.
We'll
right,
see you
later,
later,
bro.
Blake.
Tomorrow.
Bye.
Alrighty, we're getting down to it. So
That was like a straight full circle moment that he did the interview in the exact same place that New
yeah,
last year with us. It's so funny.
so we got Don Carter coming on next. Connex Rage Cats.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
give me 1 second. I'm pulling up their roster. I'm trying to find a black ice. It might be Miro. It might be Miro. I just don't have time to give him a call. Kraft says, "What about Litzko? If Litzko's watching, yeah, just text me, Kraft. Or if Litzko's watching, then yeah, it's gonna be after these two. But let's bring on Don Carter.
We've been
Oh,
on for a minute. How you
what's
doing?
up?
We've been on for a while, almost 2 hours. This is
I
2 hours.
know. Well, we got 12 players, and then if you do 10 each, that's you know. All right, pulling up the schedule. Got the roster. Rage Cats are another team that always sticks together. They've had that core for the last really 3-4 years, kind of after Connex.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, they whipped our ass last year, so there we go.
They're good. What's going on?
What's happening, fellas?
What's going on, man? What is I? So is your nickname Donnie? You go by Don. What's the nickname? What do we
So,
call you?
actually, we had a kind of a little argument at the rink the other day because one of the guys I play like in-house with, he called me Don, and I'm like, dude, like don't do that. So, I don't mind, but I go by Donnie.
Donnie?
Yeah, some people call me DC, Carts, whatever. So I'm
Okay,
easy. Just don't call me Don.
I got you. No Don. No Don here. We call you Donnie.
That should
How
be
you
a
feeling,
shirt.
Donnie?
Call me Don. I like that. That's a good shirt. I like that.
What's shaking, fellas? Well, how's everything been?
We're doing good, man. We're doing good. Getting ready here for tours going on. How are you doing? How you feeling? Getting ready to head to St. Peter's.
I'm good. Excited. Got a nice little tune-up going to Colorado Cup. A few weeks ago, maybe a month ago now. Just playing back home in California at my local rink, NorCal Inline, and I don't know, feel good, feel excited. I feel like us as the Cats are ready to take that next step. I mean, the last couple of years, really young team, just kind of coming onto the scene, building chemistry. Um, but we've done pretty well in our initial, I guess you could say, 2 summers going quarters and semis, I like to say, at State Wars last year. So it's like we're getting closer. It's just, we just gotta do the right things to get over the hump.
No, absolutely. I was actually just rewatching one of your guys' games today. I think it might have been the Snipers game or Palma game. But you guys have a core that's stuck together. That's the biggest thing that you guys stayed together. Probably the last really 3 years. A lot of them have played probably longer than that together. But even like you, I know you've been on their team the last really 3 years solid. And I think that's very important. Can you talk about the Rage Cats and just the boys? Like who's the guy getting the boys riled up in the chat?
In the chat, I mean,
Height's the man.
Height is the guy. Soaps is a very sneaky, undercover, funny dude. Has like the most hilarious laugh. Also DJ, good on sticks. Gosh, Glover's a clown.
Glover's
Girth,
a beauty.
he's a beauty for sure. Girth is another guy who can like get the boys going for sure. I mean, our team is so, I would really say like just almost like a family, like everyone gets along. There's no egos involved. We added Rocco at State Wars last year, and I mean, he fit in just like a glove. Like he was a great addition to the squad. So, but I mean, everyone has their like own little moments. Like, I mean, at times, like I'll get going and, go from there. But yeah, it just all depends. Like everyone kind of chimes in and gets the boys rolling.
So for this roster for this tourney, couple guys I noticed you added are some of the Skittles. So you guys added Brian Foster and Patrick Volgan. Have you played with those guys at all?
No, but I mean, with Skittles kind of being based in like CA to a degree, I played a lot against them. I like to say at tours when some of the fellows are playing, I think juniors or D1 or whatever, I like, chatted with a couple of the guys, but I know both of them can play Foster. I mean, and we have a mix of like pretty much Michigan and Ontario guys. So chemistry, familiarity, so I think they'll be great additions. I think they'll fit in just fine.
You got the freeze first game. How you feeling about that?
I mean, it's just I think one thing, myself and Jordan Greenberg, we were texting back and forth a few weeks ago, just talking about getting ready for tours. But it's like we're two guys who, can be boys off the rink, but on the rink, it's, strictly business. And I play with them at Colorado Cup and we'll play with them at Narch, but for this tournament, like it's, we're rivals, we're, competitors. And so like you just got to go out there and play. And like my boy Brian Gibb, who I'm like close with, he's also on that squad as well. And I mean, when he was living here in the Bay Area still, like, and we would play at NorCal Inline, him and I would get into some screaming matches for sure during beer league. So I mean, it's nothing new. It's just, you just want to go out and play your best, and sometimes you play harder against your buddies and your friends that very well. So yeah.
Gibbs
How,
a
how'd
beauty.
you get
Gibbs
linked
a
up? How'd you get linked up with the Rage Cats? Like, did they like recruit you? Like, how'd you get started with them?
So funny enough, I met Height and Soaps probably within the span of like 3 or 4 weeks. I made a pit stop at ASU. I kind of transferred online, but I was like, you know what, I might go check it out and do maybe a little part-time, like in person, part-time online. But then I actually went to go play in the SPHL with Soaps, ironically,
That's okay. That makes
and
sense.
yeah, and so from there we've just been connected. I was actually supposed to join the squad um the year before. I like to say I didn't join them until about 2 years, but the year before I was actually supposed to go to tours, but something just didn't work out. So, but we've always been connected.
Okay, nice. I didn't know if it was either through Gib. I know Gib from NorCal, from Colorado, played a couple tournaments with the Quakes.
Okay.
And how about do you ever talk to Daniel Inouye?
You know what? I haven't seen those guys in a long time, but those guys for Northern California hockey, them along with Dave, who longtime Quakes coach, they really, I don't know, like I guess kind of forged a pathway to go to Lindenwood, to go out and branch out to all these different tournaments like State Wars and whatnot. But I haven't seen those guys in a long time. I miss the old days where we had, Narch the finals at Silver Creek, and you see a lot of like the old heads come out of the woodworks. But no, but they like definitely pay homage to them because again, Dave, like they braved the way for sure for a lot of Northern California kids. And now, I mean, every single year when someone graduates high school that plays in the roller scene, they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to Lindenwood, I'm going to Lindenwood, I'm going to Lindenwood. So there's
Pretty
been
crazy how that is. Like,
it nuts,
yeah,
dude.
absolutely. So one thing I want to talk about your guys' schedule here too. I know we talked about the freeze, but is that the team like going there? Is that the team you're looking forward most to play, or is there a particular team that you kind of like, hey, like I'm ready to play this team more than the others?
For me, it's always Palma. Like I don't know,
Oh yeah, third
I
game.
I don't know what it is, but it's not like I dislike the guys. Like they're all great guys, but it's just they've been at the top for so long. And if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. And
Yeah.
so for me, every time I look forward to like the Palma, the Car Shields, and like I personally trying to have my best game and would like to knock them off the chopping block. So for me, that's the game I'm probably looking forward to most. Like not to get ahead, because we have to take care of business, game one and two. But I don't know. I'll be probably a little amped up come Saturday for sure.
Yeah, I think when playing Palma too, because they play at such a pace,
Yeah.
like you being an ice guy, right? Like you probably like that they play at this pace that's a little faster and a little more, and they are physical for a team like, that has such high skill. They play physical. Like John will run you. Like
Yeah.
it is. Yeah,
100%. And for me, I love that because like
that's
I
exactly that's
love
what I mean.
absorbing contact and I love giving it back too. I mean, for me, I like to be the quote unquote quarterback or point guard. So I like to slow the game down a little bit and they kind of force you. They never are going to let you sit back behind the net. So they do force you to play with speed, but that's the one thing about our team. We also have a lot of skill. We have a lot of speed. Adding Rocco actually, he adds another level of physicality that I think we honestly could use going into the summer. But But yeah, like I think we played them at State Wars 2 years ago in Fort Wayne, and it was just a track race. Like it was just up and down, high scoring. I don't remember the score off the top of the head, but I mean, I think they probably had 7, 8 goals. We might have had like 5 or something like that. It was like a crazy high scoring game, and it was back and forth action, which was great, but also like, if you want to beat those guys, you got to be able to play multiple styles, but you got to be able to play that way too.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with that. Yeah, you guys, I remember that was like that game. I think Johannesson had like 3 or 4 in that game too, which like that was his coming out party, right? So like, how sick is it to just get play with a guy like that? You could just give the puck to, and like 8 times out of 10, it's going to the back of the net, right? Like,
It's like his run, because I mean, we talk about it.
It just like happened overnight. This dude just like started
wild.
putting. Yeah, it was like 2 years, and it's just like
Yeah, well, and see, the thing is, at tours, I like to say, 2 years ago, I only think he had about one or two goals. Like he was super effective and like he was playing well, creating plays. But something happened at State Wars where it just clicked, and he had that 7 goal game against Blood and Feathers, and like I like just ever since then, he's just been like hand delivering the puck to the net like every single time. Like
Great way
it's
to put it.
like yeah, like it's incredible. He'll come down, shoot between the
handily.
triangle, bang, boom, in the back of the net, like hands are up. It's incredible. But he's also another guy who like him, Cal, Gloves, Girth, like they're just so fun to watch. And like myself, it's like I love scoring goals too, because I was originally a forward for a long time and growing up when I was younger. So like I love scoring goals, but as I transition into D, like when you have such a, talented and skilled group up front, it's like you don't really I don't need to do anything besides just get them the puck with space and time and speed. And they'll go handle the work for sure. But yeah, he is a special talent. I mean, he is the run that he's been on has been electric to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, like you said, that state after that State Wars game, it just went completely off. And even last year, like, we posted this thing probably 3 weeks ago about like the top goal scorers, right? And me and Anth were like, hey, I had 2 different graphics. One had Jack Ohannesson on it, one didn't. And I was like, do we do it just to like create some like get people to be talking? As soon as I posted it, Tim texts me, from State Wars. He's like, "You're not going to include the top goal scorer from the last 2 years." I'm like,
It worked.
I was like, I got to get the people going. It worked. I got to, but he is a guy that just like he's auto. He's auto. It's
Yes.
insane.
And it's a little different from like Hawkins, right? Because Hawkins could put the puck like through the net if he wanted to. But Jack just like the way he releases the puck, the way he's able to create angles and space for himself. I mean, it's it's quiet, but it is deadly. It
It's a
is
quick
deadly.
release. It's a very quick, weird release.
He
He had
just
this
slides
shot
through
within
it
like
well. Yeah.
5 feet. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, he doesn't dust it off. I mean, but like I said, he just hand delivers it to the net. I don't know how he does it, but I just hope he continues and keeps the ball rolling for the fellas. And yeah, we kind of just follow his lead.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, Don, before we let you go, the last 2 years, you guys have probably had arguably, I would say, the nicest jerseys. You guys got a really cool 3 sets. I know you got the whites, the dark blues, and then like that light blue.
Yeah.
You guys keeping the same jerseys? You guys changing it up this year?
You know what? That's something that we'll just have to like wait and see about. The
Okay.
baby blues are sick. I will say those are I don't know. Those are probably my favorite jerseys like of all time.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not just saying that because I get to wear it, but
Yeah. I
it's just
think
sweet.
I
It
think in
is
the
just
comments, they're usually like the fan favorite. Like when we do the jersey stuff, like on the post, they're usually the fan favorite. Like my team was baby blue back in the day, and I think that color scheme is just the best. Baby blue is just awesome on like a roller sheet. I don't know
yeah,
why.
I mean it's just I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of kind of cookie cutter jerseys out there that use like the same color scheme and whatnot. It's different, and it pops for sure. So
Yeah, and it's the they're all the jerseys have their own little thing to it, like the white ones. Really like the white ones. I think they're sick. So, and then the mission gloves. I mean, it's just
I
clean.
know, I
Goes with
know.
it, right?
Classics, classics.
Yeah,
Old
that's one
reliables.
thing Mission needs to come back with is those gloves.
I know. I know.
Everyone's begging for them, honestly. Like that's like a lot of our DMs, friends, like everybody wants those mission gloves and nobody can find them. So you guys are lucky.
No, and that's I was just having this conversation, with some of the fellas, because like I honestly thought you guys were going to ask me about my old APXR boots, because
I was looking at that in the picture of the background. I was like, yo, what?
yeah, dude,
Use them?
Oh
yeah, still
wow.
use them, still use them. I
You're still
actually
using them?
still using them. But it's almost time. I actually had a new pair of boots mounted, and I skated on it a few times, but it
Where do
doesn't
you
feel
find
right.
those still?
Dude, I can't. Actually, ironically enough, my brother has a pair out in the backyard that's been like soaked in the rain. I like kind of discovered them in like the shed the other day, and I'm like, man, if only. But they're not even the right size. But no, I'm working on getting a new pair. But I was just telling the fellas, it's like, like I just wish that some company would come out and create like just, an unreal roller product, like back in the day when Mission had the full, like from, I mean, maybe not buckets, but, like pants, gloves,
Everything.
everything kind of roller issue with like the breathability and whatnot. I think what they've done with the skates is sick, but I don't know. It would just be cool to see like a roller specific company come back out and just,
Yeah.
drop a nice line from top tier gear to mid to entry level. So
No,
Mission
you're right.
to
Especially
go.
about gloves too, with like the airflow.
100%,
Yeah, that
100%.
that that mission helmet was brutal. So they definitely
Yeah,
missed
tough.
they missed the boat on that thing. It was like a bell helmet.
Tough for
That thing was
sure.
horrible. So it was
For
like
sure.
remember the tour helmets they used to have, the
Oh
blue
yeah.
Mudcats helmets. They missed the boat on that one too. So
Yeah.
but hey man, we appreciate you hopping on. I know we kind of just DM'd you today to hop on and you kind of move some things around. So we appreciate that for sure.
No, of course, fellas. I mean, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate what you guys do for the sport. I mean, it's great. The coverage is unreal. I'm
Thanks.
glad I finally got to talk to you guys for sure.
Yeah, we got to
Yeah.
get you on for a full epi for
Yeah, we'll
sure.
get you
I
on
would
for a
love.
full epi, yeah, because we
I,
gotta talk some NorCal stuff.
Yeah, we got to
And
talk about the history, your ice hockey career. Like you got to
yeah.
play in the Fed like a bunch. Like those stories got to be wild. So like,
Oh, don't even get me started.
yeah, I know.
There's
Trust
some
me.
that are all time for sure.
Yeah, we got to get you on for a full epi. So we'll make sure that happens.
Yeah, I think yeah, Glover was he's like, yo, you gotta get Donnie on, and then Height's like, Donnie, he's all time. So yeah, fan favorite from the boys.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But
Yeah,
no,
man.
thank you guys very much for having me. Appreciate it.
All right, man.
Absolutely, man.
Take care.
Safe
See ya.
travels out there and good luck, man.
Thank you. Later, guys.
We'll
See
see
ya.
ya. Alrighty, so yeah, I was actually just watching Rage Cats for Snipers, Anth, and the one thing, Dwyer was back in that. I love watching Dwyer play, man. It's he ain't playing this year though. He ain't playing this year, which
Dude,
is
no,
unfortunate.
you
All
said,
right, so we got another one.
yeah.
Is Let's Go gonna come on?
Yeah, I said when he's ready, I'll send him the link.
Perfect. All right. So we got two more interviews going on. Thank you to all the fellas still in the, whoever's watching. I don't even know who's watching. If you're watching, drop a comment. Who knows? Got questions? Drop it. Let me check the YouTube real quick.
Yeah,
Got 44 people still watching. Griff's a great kid. Griff is a great kid. I love Griff. His sticks, his pants are really nice too. And he's a beauty. That dude literally did kind of like what Donnie was saying. He went out and just built his own line, and got to respect that hustle, man. Um, a lot of Phelpsy comments here. Phelpsy hanging out in the champagne room. Yeah. Huge math guy. Dude, Kyle Phelps is actually really good at math.
really. No, I'm not a math guy at all. So
All right.
yeah, I'm not
Cool.
really.
Got Tristan Lipinski coming on next here. Of
So we're ending it with a double black ice.
Yeah, Unified Black Ice 2.0.
Yeah. Actually, so do they technically have the longest name now? Unified Connex Black Ice 2.0.
2.0. Yeah, they do. They have a long name.
That's
They
great.
do have, and I would say their color scheme's pretty slick too, a little similar, but it's that light blue ice, right?
Yeah, we'll have to ask Tristan about that. Tristan, can
You
you
got
hear?
your
No
camera
video.
working?
Come on, Tristan. There you go.
There we go. We got the fan rolling.
Yeah. We'll wait till he gets the audio. All right, there we go. Tristan, can you hear us? He's on mute. He's
Hey,
on
you got to
mute.
take yourself off mute.
Uh-oh. He's trying to figure it out. We'll let him.
Oh, good.
He's still
Do you
doing.
hear me?
There you go.
Got you. We
So,
got you.
You still did better than Crafty and when he first was coming on these, so he would take like 30 minutes to figure it out. So, what's up, buddy? How you been?
Not much. I'm doing good. Just getting ready with my boy right here.
There
Oh
we go.
man, that's great. There you go. You're gonna
What's
miss
the
him, huh?
I am.
Yeah.
what's
My
the
guy.
pup's name?
Memphis.
There we go. There we go.
Yep.
Memphis. You said Memphis.
Yep, Memphis.
There we
Yeah.
go. There we go. There we go. How you feeling before you head out to St. Peters, Missouri?
I feel good. We've been getting ready. Couldn't skate tonight because our rink's all messed up, but
What
we're
happened
getting
to the
dialed in
rink?
here. It's like so hot, like the tiles started popping up. So
Yeah,
Shit.
bubbles.
yeah.
Where you? What's your home rink?
It's like 30 minutes from where Hot Shots used to be. It's called Delmont. It's like an ice rink. In the summer
Okay.
they put down tile.
Okay, nice, nice. Is
Yeah.
it just sport court tile?
Yeah, sport court.
Nice,
Is-
nice.
Oh, we lost him. There he goes.
Tristan, what happened, my man, dude? His
Oh, man.
his phone probably died.
That's what it has to be because that was like a hard cut. That was a
That
hard
was a cut. We'll wait for him to come back on. He's still
Yeah.
good. We'll just we'll keep it rolling. But we do have two more interviews going on. We have him, and then we got
Let's
let's go coming on for Unify Conics Black Ice, and they do have new jerseys too. They're
Yeah,
nasty,
yeah.
and they have a new logo which we didn't really. All right, we haven't even
We
released
still
either.
got to see it kind of, yeah.
Yeah, we should have added it on the roster, but we didn't.
I got there he goes. He's back.
All right.
there
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
We got you, bro. You all right?
Some technical difficulties.
Hey, it happens, man.
It's
It
that
happens.
that
Sometimes you
Pittsburgh
got to get
stuff.
an IT guy there, you know?
I know. It's my first Zoom call, so cut me some slack.
There you go. We
good,
got
there
you.
good. Well, let's talk about your team real quick because you guys are, simply put, the team that's going to be eventually what Black Ice is now, right? In the
Yep.
the future of this Black Ice program. I see some new names on there. So who should we be looking out for that maybe was added to the roster that maybe people don't really know about?
Schnapp definitely. I feel like everyone knows about him, but he hasn't really been like playing too much pro. And like he already has like a tournament under his belt this summer, so I think he's gonna be moving this summer. I think he's gonna be really helpful for us. And same with Ryan Sabosley. Those are two like big D men that we have. I mean, Schnapp's big. Sobo's not too big, but he runs the show back there. So yeah, I think those two are gonna be some really big help for us.
I was gonna say one guy last summer that was big too was Marvin Simmons. He's a beauty, and he moves that puck and he can put it in the back of the net too.
Yeah, he's a leader for us for sure. He's very vocal. He gets the boys hyped up. He gets us going for sure.
You guys got a group chat going right now?
We do, but it's really quiet. No one's
It's
talking.
dead. What? Come on, Tristan. We gotta get that thing pumped up, buddy.
Yeah, that's not my job. That's Marv's job.
That is your job. You're on the squad. What do you mean?
I was gonna say Marv's like usually the most
Yeah.
like outspoken of everybody, so I'm surprised he's not like firing people up because like looking at it like Gage pretty quiet kid,
Yep.
Corey was like really quiet kid, Aiden Boyle pretty quiet kid. Like there's not a lot of I could see why there's not a lot of like talking going on in there, but like I could see Marv should be firing that thing up right now.
Yeah, he's sending out personal texts. He's hyping the boys up. I know he is. But yeah, once we get together, we're all pretty loud. We get along well. So we hang out the whole time. We stay together.
Yeah.
Looking at your guys' schedule, coming out here, is there a particular team that you're looking forward to playing the most, or you're just
I'd say probably the Rage Cats. I think we could squeak a dub out of there. I mean, they're really good, but I don't know. I feel really confident against them. Obviously nervous to play like Palma. Really want to play Car Shield again because like we always give them a good game. They always beat us by like 3 goals, but I think we're coming in with a lot more experience this summer. We have like 5 tournaments under our belt, so I'd say probably Car Shield or Palma and Rage Cats.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys do have that experience too, which is huge. And you have the same amount of core as well, which is huge as well. And your guys' Palma Pro qualifier was a great showing. So,
Yep.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think the one thing that I noticed from playing you guys a lot on the East Coast is that you guys play in every single tournament that you can. Like, and obviously, like as we get older, we can't do that. So that's what's great to see is that like there is this next wave of this younger generation coming, and they're still playing in every tournament that's available. So I think that's really going to help you guys in the long run. And you still have vets on your team, like you still have Tyler Davis. It looks like
Yep.
for this one. Is Charlie Robinson's net for
Yeah,
you guys?
that's huge for us. That's an
Yeah, it's
exciting
huge.
pickup.
That's
That's
a
an
huge
exciting
pickup
pickup.
right there, and he's a great guy. And he's a guy that like I didn't think would be as vocal. Like always, you're kind of hit or miss with that. But like he's a guy who like he'll coach from the crease too, or come over to the bench at an intermission and kind of coach it up a little bit. So we talked about Marv. So you guys have a decent amount of I think vets that was kind of like the knock is we don't have enough vets, to keep
Yeah.
it calm when things get out of hand or when things start tilting. So it's good that you have these guys now that are really going to hold that down. And even a guy like Jacob Schnapp's a little older than most of you guys. So I
Yep.
think he's going to help out a lot too.
So you personally going out to these tournaments, is there, other than hanging out with the boys and everything, at the rink, what does your team do together when you guys are at these tournaments? You guys hang out the rink, you guys go get some dinner, but what's the thing the boys like to do together?
Well, we got the Airbnb, so we pretty much do
Got a
everything together.
B&B.
Yeah, we're doing everything together. You name it.
There you go.
Well, they can't talk about what they do because
Oh yeah.
a couple of those boys played juniors with Advocate last year, and those guys were they were wilding out a little bit. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
we
lie.
have
You
we
guys
have our
got
fun
down
out
like
there. Not during pro. We'll save that for after pro, but
yeah, you guys got down a little bit. I didn't know you guys got a little crazy, but I personally for me like I remember 2 years ago, right? You played with us for what was it, Legends,
Legends,
Winter
yeah.
Legends, right? And I was like, dude, this kid's got something special. Like you were solid back then, and now you've turned into this really good player. And not only that, not just a really good player, a clutch player. So what have you done to get better and better like each year? Because you don't have a ton of hockey out there. I don't think a lot of people know like
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. There's not a lot of rinks to play at. They have basically one rink that you play at on Sundays, and besides from the summertime, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. I skate a lot with like Noah Let's Go. We like try to do every tournament we can. We try to like stay on our wheels and like Philly's 4 hours. Yeah, it's kind of far, but I mean, we got to go out there to get our like games in. You know what I mean? You guys have all the competition out there. We don't really have too much competition here, so we need to drive out to you guys to get our practice in.
Him and Litsko drove down for an Ironman to play in an
Nice.
Ironman
That's
tournament.
committed. That's a roller dad
Oh
right
yeah.
there. That's
So
There you go.
that was pretty
Um,
great. I mean, I try to like, throw a good event with like pizzas and beers and all that shit. So like at least it was worthwhile for you guys. And I think you stayed at Boyle's house, I assume. But
Yep.
but like I was like, dude, you guys really I like or I think it was you or Let's Go text him. I was like, you guys really want to play in this? And he's like, yeah, we got nothing else to do. Fuck it, we're coming. I was like, all right, bet. So love to
all right.
dedicate.
Well, hey, Tristan, thank you for joining the pod, man. I really appreciate it. Good luck to you guys, you and the boys out there. I think you guys got a great chance to make some noise as well with the experience, the coaching too, having someone like Miro there and just having the who you guys have.
Yeah, he's a game changer.
Yeah, it really is, and you guys can see it from last year, right? Like you guys had a great showing, especially in the Palma Pro qualifier. So that's one huge thing. So thank you for joining the pod, man. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, guys. Have a nice night.
All right.
Yeah.
Later, dude.
We'll see you later, man. Safe travels.
Thank you.
All right. So Unify Conics Black Ice 2.0. I think that is the longest name. No,
Yeah.
Epic Ringster Blood and Feathers is longer. It's way longer.
5.
It's longer. All right. So we got our last interview coming up here now. Noah, let's go.
Oh,
Unify
shit.
Conics Black Ice, right?
Yeah, let me just
Ant, did you message him?
I did message him. I told him
We'll see.
I
Maybe.
told him to hop on. I would text him when to hop on. So I don't know if he's watching or not, but he should be on in any second. But I mean, this has been actually pretty sick. I mean, the comment section, I just pulled it up on my phone. Kind of like, got Griff talking there, like you said. We got Tristan talking there, crossover hockey talk, huge math guy. Ken Mays. Ken Mays not yelling at us, so that's cool. So we got everything going
People
on.
hate us, dude, and it is what it is. Sometimes
Yeah.
people get mad.
That's like your boy Conor McGregor. I apologize to nobody.
Absolutely nobody.
Sam Bennett took it to another level the other day. So
Dude, I know, right? That was wild.
their cup celebration was like a week and a half long. It's crazy. So
Oh yeah, they're still gonna Marshawn's all-time beauty, bro. Like Jesus Christ, that guy just turned it up in the playoffs. That was insane. I still can't believe the Bruins gave away Brad Marchand. That's banana lands. Anyways, first, let's get back on track before this last interview. TORHS Pro this weekend will be live streamed at rollerhockey.tv. That's where you can watch it. TORHS.com, you can find out all the standings and stuff. Anth will be there. We'll be doing some video,
yeah,
trying to get some interviews with maybe
yes.
George.
So what I have planned talking to George is I'm either gonna sit down with him or I'm gonna sit down with Joe and Ron.
I'm gonna grab
So
a water right here, okay? Just give me a second.
yeah,
Keep
and
going.
Noah's on his way as well. So obviously I leave tomorrow. I'm gonna try to not vlog the whole thing, but do as much as I can while playing and stuff. Keep up to date with like just daily updates on close games, scores. We always do the graphics for the rounds, like round one, round two, round three. We always do those scores, playoff graphics and things like that. That's kind of Rob, and I'm gonna try to just be boots on the ground, maybe bank a few additional things in there. I mean, I really like some of these interviews just because like we haven't spoken with some of these people, and it's cool to get some new perspectives and meet some new people, and there's some really interesting personalities. So and then we're gonna get someone else who's a new kind of a new member to the pod, I guess, on here next with Let's Go.
Yeah,
For
Noah, let's go from Unify Conex Black Ice.
say who's on
Um,
the so that's good.
Yeah, absolutely, and that will end it here after this interview. Which I looking at all the every single one's been a great interview. And looking at all these rosters too, like it's not a weak team. Obviously, it's gonna we'll find out if any teams go offers, but there's a lot of these rosters very good. Even looking at the Blood and
Yeah,
Feathers with
yeah.
JJ Facetto, JJ Facetto is a stud. Too.
This is
So.
probably one of the deeper tournaments. Like it's
For
12 teams.
TORHS, yeah, because now Palma's back in the mix. They've been at the double IHS the last 2 years, so yeah, absolutely. All right, got Noah. Let's go. Bring it on. Go up to the roster and let me pull up. We got a double black ice here, man.
That's a double black ice.
That double black ice, dude. That black ice.
It'll get you. There we
Well,
go.
bro.
You on here?
Yeah, you're on.
Oh, we're on. All right.
Now you get the MVP award here because Kraft said we should ask you. So no pressure, but you get the MVP award for jumping on here, and you're gonna wrap up this entire segment. So what's up, man? It's I haven't seen you in a little bit. I know you've been skating with some of the 2.0 boys in the kind of like lead up to this tournament. So how you feeling?
I've been feeling good, yeah, and I've been skating with the 2.0 boys a little bit up here, up north. And I mean, like you said, with Tristan, we've been playing in a lot of these tournaments around here, and especially the which we're pretty much playing Black Ice versus Roadrunners and a little bit of you guys too sometimes. But that's pretty much what we've just been playing around here. I mean, got to play what we got to play. We don't got much where I'm at right now, so.
Yeah, it's a shame.
You feeling good though, going down to St. Louis?
Yeah, it feels a little interesting this time because I feel like we were just there. You know what I mean? With State Wars being there, so we're going back to the same spot. It's like we never left, really. So
yeah,
that's one thing that I was just thinking about because it's such a nice rink and you can watch the game from anywhere and it's beautiful. It would be nice to have like a tournament there every year, but then you're going to get into your same thing about like Florida, where we had tours there for basically 7 years. So, but it is a nice facility. They do it very well.
yeah, for sure. I like going there, and that was honestly, I think that was my first tournament I ever went to was out here at the Recplex, like when I was super tiny, 10 or 12 I feel like. So.
Okay. How are the boys though? How are the boys feeling? The Black Ice boys. I know Crafty is on one right now. Crafty is ready to go. But how are the rest of the boys feeling?
feel like all the boys are ready to go. Crafty definitely, he's always ready to go. I mean, he's definitely been firing on us this year. He's letting the boys know we're coming to play. So, I mean, we all know what we're there to do, and we're ready to do it.
So maybe Kraft kind of went off in the comment section to get his group chat going, because when we talked to him last week, he said the group chat was a little quiet, like he would send something, like get zero responses. So maybe he was like, you know what? Here's one way to fire up the boys. I'm just gonna go nuts in the comment section, and get you guys talking. Maybe that was kind of his play there. I don't know, but
Yeah, I mean, he definitely got the group chat buzzing. I mean, boys figured out the hotel situation rather quickly after that, and everything's seemed good since. I mean, boys are having a good time, and we're ready to go.
I love it. I
was
love
there
it.
no hotel? Is like what was going on with the hotel situation?
We had no idea where we were staying, and then we did, and then we didn't, but then now we're good.
Hey, it's roller, baby. It's roller. Like you said, now we're good. That's all that matters.
You guys are gonna wind up at some like Motel 6 or something. Grab like.
They said they stayed there last year, so last year was not the worst, not the best, but hopefully we'll make it better this year.
Yeah, I mean, you're there for hockey, right? Hanging out with the boys. So no matter where you're staying, it's gonna be okay. And if you have to, you can stay at the rink. I'm sure. It ain't that bad.
We've all done it before, once or twice, but
Absolutely. So looking at your guys' schedule, you guys got Blast, you got the Freeze, then you got Blood and Feathers and Hockey Plus. Any of those teams that kind of stand out at you the most that you're like looking forward to playing?
Definitely the first day with the Blast and the Freeze. I mean, the Freeze being a newer team, so I mean we've never really played the Freeze. I feel like we played with some of them, against some of them, sure, but never played them at like an actual national. I feel like recently, but
yeah, I was gonna say the Freeze. They're a new team, and the Hockey Plus team, but I'm sure those are some of your friends, right, from Pittsburgh area.
yeah, Sammy and Joel, they play on our Pi team, so we normally play against them a lot and with them in Pi and stuff. So familiar with them for sure.
When you're going into these tournaments, you guys talk off the rink still, or you guys kind of just all focused on your guys' squad?
We definitely talk off the rink here. There, we're boys. We've been playing Pi for the last, I feel like 5 years at least now. Like, so we've been going at it together for a minute. So yeah, we're boys off the rink. Off the rink, everyone's chilling normally. So
yeah, I heard about Crafty and PJ's thing and for Pi, so they were going at it. So I was just laughing. I was like, I gotta ask that.
Yeah, I feel like once the series over, then that's over. But I mean, during the series, it's on.
I feel like PJ is a guy that might hold a grudge for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like Kraft, I know Kraft was saying like he was at dinner with him. He was like, "Yo, PJ, like talk to me. We're good. Like it's on the rink. Like it's not a big deal." But with that being said, no PJ for this tournament. So I feel like you're going to be relied on probably a little more like. And I think what's kind of cool is that like you probably play more of a veteran role with that Black Ice 2.0 team when you play with them, and like the winter wars and spring tournaments and stuff like that. I feel like you're going to have more of a role like that now because you're one of the more veteran guys on this decor, not like in age and stuff, but has been playing with Black Ice for longer. So do you feel any added pressure, or you're just like, you know what, I'm just going to play the Black Ice system and that helps me a lot?
Yeah, we definitely looking a little different on the back end this year, but I mean, we got a couple guys coming in, and I mean, I've been playing with Matt since I can't even remember. I was probably 12, so he's normally my D partner, and everyone else, like you said, seems to just like to play the Black Ice way, like everyone, and kind of just move the puck together and kind of fill in the spots. So hopefully everyone kind of steps up in a way. I mean, I'm sure I'll be out there a lot too, and see what we can do on the back end for the boys.
Yeah, absolutely. Having PJ, not having PJ there, that is a huge miss. But you do have your core, which is nice. And one player that I'm excited to see, just because it's one of my boys from Colorado, is Jake Townsend. Kid's an absolute stud. He brings it. He's one of the biggest reasons why we did win Piehaw one year, but I'm excited to see how he plays with your guys' team as well too, because he can move that puck and he can fill in on D or offense. So it's going to be exciting to see that as well too.
Yeah, that's one thing I didn't really know about him was I didn't even know he played D or offense. I thought he was defense, but um for Piehaw, whenever he played the Sting out there, like I just heard about him. I didn't actually watch that series, so I watched this past series whenever like this past year. But last year, I heard he was like insane against the Sting when you guys won that. So I was like, yeah, you can't complain about that pickup when he's beating the Sting out there. I mean, I've tried to beat the Sting at Marple for the past 4 years and haven't succeeded. So
Maybe we should just put our heads together on that one and just combine so we can prevent them from even getting to a national for once, because I'm getting sick and tired of it as
It is
well.
crazy, like being here in the West. Like it's not that we predict to play them, but we're like, fuck, we're gonna play the Sting, right? You're like, you know who you're gonna play, and it's
yeah,
We've
they're
both
coming.
been close. Like you guys lost them in OT, I think the year before last, and then we lost them in OT 2 years ago, and then this year I don't even remember what happened because we got kicked out of playoffs. No, no big deal, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, but know who else I'm excited to see back in the black ice, and this has been one of those long time coming, is Shane Fox. Now that there's no snipers, he's back with black ice, where probably a lot of people thought he should have been in the beginning, right? But snipers kind of took him on a little earlier while black ice was still developing. So yeah, it's sick to see Shane back in the fold, and he's a guy that like you don't have PJ, but like Shane Fox ain't a bad replacement, you know?
that's a Team USA champion, gold medalist. Yeah, that ain't bad at all.
Yeah, so
Yeah, you can't complain about Foxy when he's coming back. I mean, I know he's coming out with Shinny, they're two boys, and so I mean, he's just gonna skate hard. He's got a good shot, so watch out for a couple of Genos from him.
and
And what
he's been skating a choice a lot, I heard. So I think normally he kind of is a guy like 2 weeks before the tournament will start skating, but I know he's been playing in leagues consistently, so that's huge for Fox.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's mean on the court too, or on the rink. So that's one thing too that will bring the more of black ice. Is just that more physical and just kind of that more, just that mean attitude.
Yeah, he's one guy I never like playing against. That's for sure. That's for
No,
sure.
he's an ass. He's an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
but that's the player you want on your team, right? When you are playing these Palmas, you're playing the Car Shields, where these guys are very physical. And you guys are just such a smart team. Like that's what black ice play is. It is nice to have that Shane Fox or even the Charlie Combs, where Charlie Combs will get physical with you as well too.
Yeah, he's a prick too.
Oh yeah.
I hate playing against him. But well, dude, we appreciate you hopping on. It's again like you're the MVP of the show. You were the last one too, so you're gonna wrap it all up here. And we don't play you this tournament, so I could say good luck this year.
Yeah.
So it's like the first tournament I haven't played black ice, so like I'm pretty happy about that for once. So best of luck in the round robin until playoffs, and hopefully maybe we'll see you then.
Yeah, good luck to you too, Ant. And I do got a special guest here, special
Oh
guest for the
shit!
boys.
Who
So
is it?
Who do we got?
our boy Boyle.
Oh
baby,
my
out here in
God,
Pittsburgh.
this fucking guy. What are you doing out? Are you in Pittsburgh or is he in Philly?
Yeah, I'm in Pittsburgh. I'm driving out with him.
Bro,
Isn't that like the opposite way?
Nah.
No,
it's
not?
on the way. It's on the way.
Okay. I don't
How
know.
long is
I'm
the
not a
drive?
geography major.
How long's the drive?
9 hours about.
From Pittsburgh,
that's not
it's like 9 hours.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Is Tristan going with you boys too then?
Yeah, he's coming over in the morning, then we're all sending it.
Yeah,
There you go.
he didn't want to leave his dog. We know that. He had the dog on the pod. So Aiden, I was actually gonna ask Aiden I was gonna see him for him to come on for 2.0, but I just didn't think he would. So I simply didn't ask. Because I would ask, so funny story about Aiden, in our men's league, I'd be like, yo, who's in, who's out for each game? Aiden just went 0 dark 30 for like 2 weeks. And then he showed up to like our playoff game. He's like, yeah, my bad. I was sleeping. I was like, for fucking 2 weeks? You didn't answer for 2 weeks. Like, I didn't mean for that one game. He was like, yeah, my bad. I was sleeping. I was like, all right, whatever. Showed up for playoffs and then I blew it. So that was my bad. But Aiden Boyle, that was a great way to end it, dude. I appreciate
I told him, I'm gonna hold off as long as I can.
Dude,
That's awesome.
You're nuts.
All right, boys. Well, hey, have a safe drive out there. And good
Yeah,
luck
so
out there,
stay safe.
guys. And yeah, have some fun.
Thank you, boys. You have a safe travel too, Anth, and
Yeah,
see
thank
you
you.
soon,
Appreciate
Rob.
it.
All right,
Let's do
brother.
that.
We'll see you later, guys.
Peace.
Yeah. Oh my God, Aiden
That was
fucking.
funny. That was great. That was a good
Yeah.
ending, man.
Well, I said it to you earlier. I was like,
Yeah,
I would ask Aiden Boyle, but he's not going to come on. And then, of course, he finds his way on the pod, that little fucker. But,
that's so funny.
um,
All right, that's your wrap up of your 12 players. It took about 2 hours and 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours, dude.
2 hours and 35 minutes. That's what we do. That is the show we bring you. We bring you the RDN Roller Show. Okay? Ain't nothing to it. Sponsored by Bauer. This is sponsored by Bauer. Okay? This show is sponsored by Bauer today.
It is. 100%.
But no, seriously, thank you guys for watching the RDN Roller Show. Tour starts this week. Great interviews from every single one of them. One guy that really stuck out to me that we haven't got to talk to was Donnie Carter, all time. What a beauty.
We got to get him on for a full
Yeah,
episode.
he's a beauty. But gonna talk to Novak too. I'm a big Novak fan. Played with Novak growing up too a little bit. But the guy's a beauty. Our boy John just doing what he's got to do with the kid, man.
I think
Um,
I think having Novak on for kind of like a little bit of a history lesson as well, just like Carter, right? Like guys
yeah,
in the sport for a while, but even just getting into the crazy shit with Novak too. The comments on Facebook. Remember like the Ryan Perry scenario? Like that shit was
yeah.
fun. Like
Oh,
that shit was
you
great.
should have.
Remember that? We did.
Oh, we
That shit was
can't
the
be talking
best.
about all that. All right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But that stuff was great. Like that's what
It
made
was. It was. It was.
sport.
We'll have to get. We got to get Donnie on one, and we got to get Novak on it too.
And I love that we got a lot of these younger kids on too. Like
Yeah,
Let's Go, Lipinski,
yeah.
Reps.
But
Like
Pinsky, he's a little probably doesn't want to talk a lot, but he'll talk. He'll talk in the
dude,
future.
he's such a good kid, man. Like
He is. He is. And
dude.
then
And even like Repsic, like Raul, their coach, texted me. He's like, dude, thank you so much for getting him on. Like people
yeah.
just appreciative of just getting
Phelps was in the red room getting ready. Don't know where Phelps was getting
dude, that
intimate.
was weird. That was
Phelps was
weird.
intimate.
That was weird. I felt like I didn't know where.
Phelps has a pretty cool basement setup actually. So I don't live in Colorado anymore. Down here in Texas now, miss it a lot. But Phelps has such a sick basement setup where he has this big screen with a nice couch in the main area, and then they took down the wall where it had a room on the other side, and they basically made like a little area over there where you can watch TV. So it's just he was over there in the little in the bar area with the
Like a
lights on.
concept, yeah. It didn't look like a bar. It looked like
But yeah, so quick rundown. Thanks to Kalola, Brett Jackson, Schwartzy, Phelps, John, Novak, Luke Repsick, Connor Bradley, Blake Bennett, Donnie Carter, Lipinski, and then also saves the day, Noah. Let's go. Appreciate all you boys for joining, and then Aiden Boyle as well too. Little guest appearance, 13 guests,
I
and
knew someone was going to be there. I thought Tristan and Let's Go were going to be together actually. So I was
yeah,
like,
that's what I thought.
two birds with one stone. But obviously, Tristan's going to travel over there in the morning. And man, give those kids credit. Like they drive to Philly to like just play Ironmans. Like that sucks that they have to do that. So someone's got to
That's
figure
roller,
that out.
man.
Someone's got
That's
to
roller.
figure that out in Pittsburgh. So
Yeah. All right. Well, I got to go plan a wedding. So, all right, guys. Thank you guys for joining the show. We'll be back with we're going to do some interviews while we're there. Anth will try to grab some, but we'll be back with a recap on Monday with the champion.
peace.
Okay. All right. I think we're good. Oh, hold on. I need to stop.